Hello and greetings to all my friends. Streaming live to you today from beautiful British Columbia, Canada, is myself, Maria. Most of you know me. And my cat, he's right over here. He's just sleeping on the floor. If you only knew how many technical issues I've been dealing with this morning, you'd be surprised I'm live. Because I'm surprised I'm live. Okay? I don't know how I'm here. I'm supposed to be here testing a bunch of new equipment. And yesterday, I tested it without a live audience and it worked amazing. It was incredible. Today, not so much. In the moment of truth, none of it worked. So I have a nice teleprompt where I was supposed to see all your comments and it doesn't work. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting stream. So hi to everyone in the comments. Hello to Canada headquarters. Hi, Maria's here. Hi from British Columbia, also Canada. Hello to Mark. I'm not sure I'm real. Okay. The topic of the stream, we'll get on it shortly. I'm going to say hi to everyone and then we'll talk about what's going on today. If something is wrong with my sound, please let me know. Hopefully it's all good. And Mark, wait, Maria, are you trying to tell us you're AI? No. Most certainly not. Unless we all live in a simulation and we are all AIs. I don't know. Who knows, right? I guess the plot of The Matrix becomes a bit more realistic every day. I don't know, it's the current reality, you know, you can write the craziest science fiction movie in the world and it will be more believable than what's going on outside of your door, right? So it's funny. We have Jay Lee here. It looks like this will be a good one. I sure hope so. I need your help. Like, I need you guys to help me out with something. I know. I'll share it in a sec. P.S. Love my Docker hoodie. Awesome. So Jay got his Docker giveaway hoodie. I got a bunch of really nice goodies in the past few days too. Not from Docker, but you'll see it soon. Awesome. Yo, hello to my dear friend Diwakar, aka Beluga. Hi. Good evening to you. You don't have an exam today, hopefully, because you always have exams. Thanks for joining us. Hello to A-Tag. Hello to Mina. Hello to Matbeat. I hope I pronounced it well. To Arish Kumar. To Intricate Moon. And to Krzysztof Kudra. Hi. Hi. Dziękuję. Dziękuję for joining us from Poland. And we have Sinisha. I kind of missed this. Fortunately, in good time, Maria. Yeah, it's a very surprising type of live stream. I wasn't. Hey, chair, what is wrong with you, chair? Hold on, my chair is deciding to make me shorter. Yeah, this is kind of a surprise stream. I wasn't planning it at all, but I thought it's a good opportunity to test my new streaming rig. I have a. So I got a teleprompt, I got a new light, I got a new connection to the camera that basically helps me transmit 4K video straight to the computer from the camera. And I got a Stream Deck, which I was planning to test, but I'll tell you why it didn't work. Ironically, it didn't work today. So we're gonna test other stuff. I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom of the comments way more often today. So everything will be much more relevant than usual, okay? Canada HQ, we are products of AI. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully we are products of I, you know, intelligence, not artificial as much. I guess we're products of age. I am things of that sort, depending on your system of beliefs. Okay, Max Studio CG, hello. Kolad Darku, hello. Rukash, hello. Riku, hello. Satoshi, hello. Holy smokes, so many folks are in the comments. I'm almost done. I'm almost at the very end. We have you don't see your love. I know what you mean. Hello Org, hello Claude, hello Odudu, hello Egil. And hello, Al Petras. Are you guys ready to begin? Let's roll. And it looks like I kept Al Petras' comments on the screen as I was doing the intro. First time ever. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think about the volume and all these things. This is new to me. I was supposed to do it from my Stream Deck, but it's not connected. Hi. Yes. Hello. Hello. So, what I need your help with. So, detecting real and fake imagery is something that I think we intuitively do as humans. We're pretty good at these type of stuff, and there's usually things that give it away. And we've been doing this for years because Photoshop exists since I'm a kid. I've been using it for many, many things. One of them is to retouch photos, make myself look nicer, younger, prettier, and all kinds of stuff. But nowadays, people are using AI for many, many different purposes. And very often, you don't really know if it's a real person or if it's a fabricated individual. You could follow someone on Instagram for years. You could be looking at their photos for, sorry, not for years, but for months at a time. And then you find out it's not even a real girl. So for my university project, which I'm about to finish my officially next month, September 9th, at least at this point of time, this is when I am done with university completely. And I'm 100% on the channel, 100% here, developing this beautiful little community of ours full time. So right now I'm kind of half the time I'm dealing with school stuff, half the time I'm dealing with channel stuff. So it's about to be over. And for my final project in university, I'm creating a data set of fake and real and AI altered imagery. And for this data set, I basically created a test. So my goal with my project is to surpass the accuracy of humans. So basically, if you can detect AI imagery in 50% of the cases, my neural network is supposed to do so in 55% of the cases or 51% of the cases, all right? So I need to beat you. So today we will do a test. I will check if you guys can recognize the degree to which you can recognize fake imagery. And based on your scores, I'm going to try to beat them with my final project. I hope it makes sense. I hope I phrase myself nicely. This is my second cup of coffee, and this is my second sip from it. So let me sip it once again. I'll be more fresh. Amazing. Awesome. Actually, it's not my favorite coffee, but that will do. Okay, so I have a very nice form for you guys. I'll check out the comments very, very soon. So the name of my data set is AlteredNet. Let me make myself much smaller. And this time, I will be on the left-hand side of the screen. Very, very small, just like that. At least while we go over the data set, which is very untypical. So let's have a look. So we have, so baseline is basically what I just explained. You could tell I haven't streamed for a while. Holy smokes, you guys. But yeah, I've created a data set where we take an original photo from a stock website, and then basically I apply one transformation on it using Adobe Firefly from Photoshop. Basically, we have an original photo. I either change the age of that individual, I either remove some text, some skin texture, or I change the facial expression and things of that sort, okay? One transformation at a time. The available transformations are adding, removing glasses, adding, removing mustache or hats, adding happiness, age, and skin texture, okay? So these are the only things you need to look at when you're doing this test. And by the way, you can find a link in the description. It's a form that will really, really help me with my project submission. Your names will not be in my project. Your emails, I'm not even collecting them. The only thing I'm collecting is your answers. And yeah, hopefully if we have 50 participants in this form, in this live stream, I will even reveal which photo is real, which is not. If we have less than 50, I'm gonna have to give it another week or so. And then in the next live stream, which will be next Friday, we will do so. I'll reveal everything. Okay, so let's scroll down. So in part 1 of this form, I will ask you which of these photos is real. Is it photo 1 or is it photo 2? And remember, the only transformations that I was able to do on these photos are listed here in the before you begin type of section. Which photo is fake? There you go. So you have photo number 1. Some of them are very difficult. Some of them are very easy. I'm sure you will notice it. There's this guy, right? It's pretty hard, right? Can you let me know in the comments what you guys think? Like, how do you know which of these photos is real or not? Incredible. They're so similar. Some of them are much, much easier to recognize. Some of them are less. And this is the first portion of the form. The second portion of the form is way more difficult. This is where the real fun begins. I'm showing you a single photo, not two photos, one besides the other, okay? But you need to determine if this was altered, if that was tampered with, or if it's real. There you go. We have a whole bunch of them here. There you go. There you go. How do you know? How do you know? So yeah, hopefully you like this form. I'd love to collect your answers on it. Let me enlarge myself on the screen. There you go. That's what the Stream Deck is supposed to do for me in a single button click. But I didn't have time to even set it up. I woke up extra early today to set up this live stream and to set up this new Stream Deck. But surprise, surprise, my monitor wouldn't even start. And if you have a Samsung monitor, a very fancy Samsung monitor, it shouldn't surprise you, because who says that monitors need to show you something, right? Why would Samsung do so? It's a problem that many monitors of Samsung have. The monitor turns on before the computer turns on. So you need to restart your computer until it decides to show you some stuff on it. That was the first surprise. And then it was a series of disasters, and holy smokes, you guys. I think half an hour before I even started this stream, I wasn't even sure if I'm going live. I was like, I don't know what to do. Should I use my laptop and my camera from the laptop? That was fun. So yeah, check out this forum. You can find, I'm gonna send you a link in the chat as well, once I find it. You can tell I'm so organized today. That's just incredible. But I guess that's the fun of live streams. That's what makes them so genuine, right? I shared a link. There you go. Okay, Gaming Baron, hello, good morning. Hello to Darcy, who's here from YouTube. Check out her channel. She likes Java for some reason, but she's a really nice gal. She's a nice Canadian gal, a good friend of mine, so definitely check her out. We got over 100 viewers on your Twitter stream. Show us some love. 100 viewers on my Twitter stream? What's going on? Since when? I have, in a good case, I have 20 likes. Maybe 5 views. So wow, I'm surprised. What's going on Twitter today? Sorry, on X. Holy smokes, I can't believe I called it Twitter. Darcy, shame on you. Did you just call it Twitter? Terrible. Volume up, please. Okay, thank you so much. Al, I will put the volume up. Is that better? Let me take a look. Okay, is that okay? Yeah. I'm almost at the yellow bar where you're gonna hear some feedback. Okay, so feedback. That's not called feedback. Sorry. I'm getting brain farts this morning. Okay. Oh, Darcy told her followers to join. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Darcy is very popular on Twitter. You can check her out over there. She's scrumptious. Scrumptious. Okay, thank you, Al. I'm glad that the volume is nice. Yay. Intuition probably has to do with something I said earlier. Number 2 in the form is hard. Let's have a look. Which one is number 2? Like I have hundreds of these pictures in my data set. I manually curated them. I think that number 1 is actually the hardest, I would say. But number 2 is hard, eh? Yeah, construction guy with a hat. Which is which? Which one is real? Which one is not, right? To all the folks that are joining us right now, I'm working on a project, my final submission project for university, where I am manually curating a data set of original photos and their AI altered versions, right? And I'm collecting your input. I'm testing how well you can recognize which images are real and which images are not. And based on your scores, I'm going to try to beat them with my submission. So I'm going to make a neural network, or I'm going to use an existing neural network like ResNet or AlexNet or whatever. And I'm going to try to make it classify it better than you. classify this data set better than you. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today. Yeah, happy morning. Sorry if I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while, long while, but we're gonna do these live streams every single week. I decided that Friday is a good day for that. Let me know if it kind of interrupts other streams you're watching. Hopefully not. I'm open-minded when it comes to the hour, but I think Friday is a good day for that. Let me know what you think about it. And I have a bunch of guests coming in. It's going to be amazing. I already talked to Igor from AI Advantage. We're going to do a nice live stream. He's going to come and he's going to show you how to use all kinds of AI stuff that I'm usually making. He's showing you how to use them. He's showing you how to make your life easier, you know, by using AI. I'm trying to show you how to make life harder by making AI, I guess. Your salary higher, but your life a bit harder. So hello to HK from Kenya. Hello, hello. Greetings from British Columbia, Canada. In fact, Mission, BC, the best city in the world. Yay. Very happy to be here, you can tell. Try with cats would be nice. So images of cats, fake and real. Yeah, we could do that, but I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of phishing scams with cats yet. Even though fishing and cats is, you know, cats love fishes, whatever. It would make sense. Junior G, I have both X and YouTube up, so get you some more viewership. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I appreciate it. By the way, something that I forget saying all the time, and actually Darcy reminded me the last time, if you guys enjoy these type of streams, and I always forget to tell you that, like it and share it and comment and, you know the thing, you know what to do. Oh, did I just quote Joe Biden? What? Never mind. You know the thing. Nadal, I just subbed to Darcy's channel. See, Darcy? See? Notice, Darcy, you look like an AI generated. Huh. Yeah, I need to see a proof that Darcy is real. Distortion, not feedback. That's right, distortion. That was the word I was looking for. Excuse me if my English is not so good today. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there you go. Today I have managed to join on time. I'm so happy. Thank you for being here. This is great. Okay, folks. Okay. So how's life? How's it going where you are? The world is going crazy, absolutely. Like no I'm not I'm not exaggerating here. The world is insane and it's everywhere. Some places are worse, some places are better, okay? But we're kind of trying to make the best out of it here. So how's your morning? How's your day? Are you working on some fun projects? Are you doing something interesting that you would like to share? Do you have any questions to me? Because I'm already here. You might as well do so. I have some really nice tutorials coming soon. I'm working on 2 tutorials at the same time, actually. It's crazy. One of them is actually using Llama 3.1. And right now I'm working on setting you up with an environment where you can test it as well, because I don't think our computers are capable of handling that. I don't know, even with a 4090, I don't know if it's going to work. So this Monday, I'm meeting with an NVIDIA engineer who will actually help me figure out how to do it. We're setting up a nice environment where you guys can experiment with it. So fingers crossed that we'll figure it out and it will all work very nicely. And shout out to NVIDIA for helping me out with this. It's really, really cool. The next tutorial is a TypePy tutorial, which you guys requested a while back. It is a web application, but it is 1,000,000 times more advanced than anything that I've built on the channel. It's gonna have a full back end, and it's gonna work with something called scenarios. Okay, so I'm going to teach you all about it. And the final result will be a data science dashboard, which is something you guys requested. So we're going to download some stock data from Kaggle, and we're going to dynamically plot it on the screen just like that without pressing any submit buttons. It's amazing, you guys. You have no idea how amazing it is. I just finished building it and I'm very, very proud. So I need to brag. And the Llama 3.1 tutorial is going to be very useful as well. Because if you are using Llama on a daily basis for, creating prompts, I'm going to show you how to chain your prompts, and I'm going to show you how to make something very useful out of them. Also, how to work with a new computer environment that never existed before, where hardware and software are kind of tuned for one another. It is a task-specific environment, so I think you guys will really, really enjoy it. And I think that's where the future of AI is kind of going. So that's what we will focus on. So one tutorial AI, another one is data science, and then I'm going to work on a nice short. Holy smokes, a lot of stuff to do. So thank you so much for sticking around and hearing me mumble about these things. Mumble is not the right word either. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Okay, let's see. Maria, please create a playlist for machine learning from basic. I do have a machine learning playlist. It is called, I'm going to pull it out right now, actually. It is Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Simplified. There you go, it's this guy. So I'm going to send it, ooh, actually that's not the right link that I'm supposed to send. I need to press on, how do I copy the link? I can't see anything. Get shareable link. There you go. Okay, copy to clipboard. There you go. You can just go in there. Now, the thing about this type of playlist, I'm going to go over each video. Let's have a look. So it starts with a few paradigms of machine learning. We have supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and we have reinforcement learning. I'm teaching you what each of these is all about. It's the first video I ever filmed on the topic. I wasn't even sure if you guys are going to like it or not. Let me enlarge it so you can see it a bit better. There you go. The next one is Introduction to Neural Networks. I'm explaining it to you in a very, very basic and beginner-friendly level. I'm using some definitions, but they're not explained with fancy formulas. They're just explained with normal language, just like humans talk. Then we are talking about the smallest unit of intelligence in a neural network, which is the perceptron. It's basically a unit of intelligence that determines if something is true or false. Okay, it's a binary thing. And then we're kind of moving on to understand the components of neural networks. We have a cross-entropy loss. It measures how far is the neural network from making a correct prediction, right? And basically, based on that loss function, we determine how to improve our neural network. Then we have gradient descent, which is the main algorithm of neural networks, pretty much. One of the main ones. It shows you how to gradually reach the right conclusions, right? And then we are training a basic neural network using unconventional means, basically just math. We are using NumPy and we are using pandas, and that way you get to learn the actual algorithms on a very, very basic level. So after you follow these few videos, you will need some background with AI, I would assume. Maybe you won't. Let me know if it works without it. Because for me, it's too late. I already learned it, so I cannot unlearn it. I cannot tell if it's enough or not. But these videos should get you comfortable with the algorithms behind the scene. And by algorithms, I mean sets of instructions with the math. And then you can actually go and you get my blessing to go and test with AI, experiment AI in the real world. There you go. We have some machine learning databases. I'm showing you how to load it with PyTorch. I'm then talking about CUDA, which is how we train neural networks. We are using our GPU to train, to speed up processes, right? And then I'm showing you how to make it faster and faster. These two videos are pretty bad. Build a neural network with PyTorch, because it's a stupid neural network. It's not a smart one, but it works, okay? And we have some blogs which you can just skip. And then we have The Imitation Game by Alan Turing, which is a 3-episode series that's basically taken an article, which is one of the most important articles in the history of computer science, in my opinion, and I'm explaining it in human language with nice illustrations and stuff. Alan Turing is a really awesome guy, very inspiring individual, and I don't know, after I read this article, I felt the urge to go and film a series about it. I don't know, I got obsessed. So there you go. We also have a an application that I've also built with TypeI, which I just mentioned not so long ago. This is actually, there's a lot of videos here on this playlist. Holy smokes. There's a lot. I'm surprised. There's been way less before, okay? So I'm showing you how to make a simple machine learning application with TypeI. Then we're gonna do some data science stuff with TypeI next. And of course, we have the Docker tutorial where I teach you Docker using a machine learning example. We of course have the CUDA pandas, mostly data science related, but still related to AI. And then we have the most recent tutorial that my microphone is hiding. This is a really, really cool tutorial. Create a GUI application with Stable Diffusion. So I'm showing you how to load Stable Diffusion. Let me know if you hear fine. Hopefully nothing changed because I moved the mic. There you go. Hopefully it works. Okay, let me know if something went off. But yeah, I highly recommend watching this latest tutorial, the Create GUI app with Stable Diffusion. Why? It's a long one, but if you're applying for jobs in 2024, I would recommend putting it in your resume somewhere, because people care about generative, like companies, enterprises, they really care about generative AI, maybe even more than us do. But yeah, they really put a lot of significance on it. So yeah, check out this video. Check out the playlist. Yeah, there you go. I went over it. Okie dokie. So indeed, LinkedIn recommended best way to scrape and apply. Scrape? Oh, how to scrape LinkedIn. I do have a video showing you how to do it. It's a pretty old video, but actually it's a few videos. I think it's still relevant. So if I go here and I go to, holy smokes, I cannot see anything. That's the problem when the teleprompt is here. It doesn't show anything and it's hiding everything. Let's see, videos. There you go. And if I type LinkedIn, there you go. I have 3 videos, sorry, not 2. 3 LinkedIn videos where I show you how to message random people, how to add random connections. Well, not random, you can decide where from. But when you do so, when you're scraping things, I always recommend not doing this from your account. So if you're looking to find a job, I don't know if it's going to be relevant. Okay, the reason why we're not scraping it from our account, because if you are labeled as a bot, you may lose access, okay? You don't want to be labeled as a bot. Need to stop playing with the microphone, sorry guys. Hold on. Okay, we'll do it like that. There you go. Ah! Perfect. Cool. What else we have here? Howdy, Jess. Thanks for the instructional videos. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm here to help. Whatever questions you have, whatever help you need with your stuff, I'm here. Give me a shout. I'm far more accessible on Twitter, I think, because nobody really follows me. Like, people follow me, but there's not a lot of engagement on that platform. So, you know, if you're commenting on a post of mine, I'm obviously going to see it. It's not going to be hard for me to detect it. And I'm on Twitter, I'm on X a lot. Whew. Do you have suggestions for a good Scrum Master certification book? Gee, I wonder if I do. Okay, Darcy wants me to show her book. Let's go and show Darcy's book. Okay, so if we go on X, actually, I don't know what you're going to see there, so I'm going to do it here. If we go on X and we go to Darcy's page, I'm going to show you this book that Darcy is so interested to share with you. There you go. We have, ooh, sorry. Hey, screen, what is wrong with you, buddy? Hey, okay. There you go. So out now, the name of the book, I'm joking. There you go. It is Scrum Master Certification Guide, the definitive resource of a Scrumptious. See? Jess, we already talked to Jess. We have Salam, greetings from Germany. Hello, hello. Greetings from beautiful British Columbia, Canada. Um, have you considered doing videos on large language models? Of course. If you've been here earlier on the stream, I was telling you that my next video is about a large language model named Llama 3.1. And currently, I'm getting you guys an environment where you can run it. We're working on figuring it out because I don't think that, regular computers can do it very well. Yeah, yeah. Which video of yours could help me watch musical videos and movies on my computer with the internet, with the intent of exploring DLSS and everything that NVIDIA offers? Not sure, not sure. When it comes to working with NVIDIA, I'm mostly working with their AI and data science division. I'm not sure about other divisions, the gaming stuff, the efficiency stuff, that are unrelated to AI and data science. This is kind of Mario's job in the family, not mine. So I'm not even investigating these things. But yeah, I'll be able to ask them, but I need a very specific question. If you guys have any questions in the realm of NVIDIA's data science and AI, please ask me right now because I'm meeting an engineer this Monday. Okay, so if you have something concrete that you want me to kind of write down and go over with the folks, we can do it. Sure, that's why we're kind of meeting to go over these things. So let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, greetings from Mexico. Greetings. Hello, David. Hello. Let's see what we had here above. I've seen something with 24 in. Any chance to move to the main topic? We talked about the main topic. I'm already done with the main topic. You know me. I'm starting the stream straight to the point. I'm not waiting hours until I'm not waiting hours until I'm sharing the news. I'm doing this in the first 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. So if you're looking for the main topic of the stream, I have a test I've prepared. Hold on, it was here. No, it wasn't. Hold on. It wasn't here. Sorry. That was in another tab. Okay, there you go. So, is that the link? Yeah, it is the link. So, Angelica Baron, check out this link that I'm sharing right now in the messages. This is a form where you can test your ability to detect AI altered imagery. It's going to be used in my final project in school, and my goal is to try to beat your accuracy score. So if you guys are predicting 50% of the images correctly, if you're labeling them correctly, then my job is to create a neural network that is 51% correct or more. Okay, so this is the form. Please, it will help me a lot if you can fill it up. Let me check how many people have already submitted the results. Actually, there's a chance that we are above 50. And if we are above 50, then I can definitely share the results. Let's see. It's a bit ambitious. Usually it's 19 people. But since Darcy brought all her audience here to the stream, thank you so much, my dear. Maybe there is 50. Who knows? Who knows? So let's go to Google Forms. Google Forms. Google Moogle. Okay. Okay. Forms. Go to Forms. Yes. Yes. AlteredNet. There you go. Responses 10. Okay. It was very ambitious. But yeah, if I get 50 responses on this stream, I'm going to reveal everything. If not, I'm going to wait until next week and I'm going to reveal it to you in the next stream we're going to have next Friday. There you go. So let's go to the bottom of the comments. Hello from Ukraine. Hello. Здрасте, здрасте. Здрасте. На добраніч. На добраніч. It's probably night where you are, eh? I think it is difficult to differentiate between an image using artificial intelligence and a regular image, especially since it learns from its previous mistakes. So in certain cases, you can see it really well. In certain cases, you just intuitively know that it's fake. In my data set, I tried putting a lot of examples where it's hard to detect, and that's the purpose of it. I want to see if there are any patterns that artificial neural networks can recognize that people can't. Who knows, right? It's an experiment in the end of the day. If I fail, I fail. If I don't fail, we might have this nice tool that can help us detect scammers, right? Or help us detect individuals who are not as fancy as they portray themselves. Yeah, okay. Just being gentle with my words. Liars. I'm talking about liars. There you go. Okay, Sinisha. What Sinisha is saying. I remember there was a sort of a chat bot that explained books. Can you boot it up and show it? I am recently curious about it. So, Sinisha is talking about, I'm going to pull it out from GitHub. And I'm gonna have a few more of these actually very, very soon. So if you go on my GitHub and if you go to repositories and you look up for my 1 minute chatbot, there you go. There you go. I'm sending it over, Sinisha. I'm gonna send it over in the chat. Okay, so this is the chatbot that Sinisha is talking about. Basically, we are loading a pipeline. So good you mentioned it. So the problems with this tutorial of mine, this short of mine, is that people were saying that it's a bit slow. In order to improve the speed, by a lot, Sinisha, like by a lot, man. Check out, oh, actually, I closed it. I'm gonna pull it out again. Check out my stable diffusion video that I also created with Docker. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it out right now. There you go, this guy. Check out the stable diffusion video where we're creating a bunch of unicorn kitties, pictures of unicorn kittens. But this video shows you all the things that relate to the hardware. So basically how to use your GPU to speed things up. And if you cannot use your GPU, how to accelerate processes by downloading the actual model to your computer rather than using an API. Right? Because that's what we usually do. So yeah, check out this video. Like not a lot of people were exposed to it. I don't know why. I thought everybody will just jump on it because it's a GUI application. It uses AI, but I guess it's long. And it's, even though I explain it very simply, it's quite an advanced video. It's quite an advanced application. It's pretty impressive if you have it in your resume. That's why I kind of had it on. I did hear a lot of people on Twitter, on X, saying that, you should involve, you should put some Gen AI in your resume or whatever. That's impressive. Not sure if it's the case. I only know that the biggest enterprises would really be happy to invest in AI, in generative AI, gently speaking. Okay, let's see. Volume on the mic needs to be bumped up a little, in my opinion. Let's see what's going on. I'm already at the distortion line. Holy smokes. Interesting. Maybe it's from the studio. Hold on. Let me see if I have it in the settings. Audio, mic volume. Is it better? Let me know if it's better. I bumped it up from the software, from StreamYard. So yeah. Let me know, Alf Black 2. Hello from Suriname, South America. Hello. I'm from North America. Nice to see you. Have you ever worked with web scraping? Vladislav, ну ты что? I'm known for it. That's how I started on YouTube. Yeah, I have like a whole web scraping playlist. If you take a look, I'm not too proud of it, and a lot of people are not using it for the intended purposes. They're kind of using it to trick others. So I'm not very proud of this thing, but yeah, I have like a lot of tutorials on web scraping. If you type web scraping on my channel, you'll get a lot of them. Specifically, I have most of them are with Selenium, but I have Mechanical Soup. I have Beautiful Soup. You can check it out. I have ones where I'm showing you how to make a data set, from whatever you scraped with SQLite. There's so many videos, so many. Just go here and type scraping You got yourself a whole bunch of videos in return. Yeah, my mic is like kind of covering it up, but that's what you should do. Just write scraping on the channel and you'll find them. Not advertising them because I'm not proud of it, but well, it's like when you're making these videos, when I started making them, I didn't necessarily know a lot about web scraping. I knew that you use it to make data sets. I didn't know that you use it for frauds and, you know, for growth hacking, right? It's not a fair practice. Like I don't think it's a legit practice. And everybody who tells me he's a growth hacker, I'm like, oh, I'm staying out. Like, don't share no more. You know? Yikes. Like, why would you need to trick people that your company is more popular or your idea is more popular than it actually is? Like, just work on better ideas. You know, improve your company. Like, don't pretend. Yeah. Hold on. Jasmine, you showed us how to calculate faster by throwing everything on CUDA. Can we do the same with any application, and how? You have alternatives to CUDA. They don't work with, they're not as advanced as the CUDA stuff. Mostly if you're in a field of machine learning, if you're in a field of AI, the chances of you not having a CUDA-based graphics card, it doesn't have to be any of the new ones. It could be like an old one that just uses CUDA. It's very efficient because if you look at your CPU, even though it's processing a bit faster, so let's say you have 32 cores on your CPU. If you have a 13th gen Intel i9, whatever it is, you have like 32 cores. Each core can process 1 or 2 tasks at a time. Your performance cores can process 2 tasks at a time. Your efficiency cores can process only 1. Yeah, I think that's the case. So altogether, you have about 48 tasks that you can process at the same time, faster than you can process them on GPU. But GPU has tens of thousands of cores. So you can process tens of thousands of tasks at the same time, kind of slower, but you know. So the alternative, if you have an AMD-based graphics card, it's probably OpenGL. Let me look it up. OpenGL. I always get confused between it and OpenCL. OpenGL. Let's see what it is. Yeah, it is OpenGL. So check it out. Google it if you're using AMD. If you don't have an AMD-based card, if you're running Mac or if you're running just a regular Intel card, I think OpenGL should work too. It doesn't just work with AMD. It's not specific it's not platform specific. You can actually use it for many other things. I just don't know how many libraries are available with it. Do some research. The thing is, if you're using Hugging Face models, if you refer to the accelerating the speed of specifically of Hugging Face pipelines, then this video that I showed you about stable diffusion application with Docker, this is where I show you how to speed things up without your GPU. So you can do so if you have a GPU and if you don't have a GPU. If you have a GPU, it's going to work substantially faster. But if you don't, you can still speed things up by downloading the model to your computer. You're basically cloning it rather than just using some API rather making requests to some API, some application programming interfaces. And if you guys need definition of application programming interfaces, this is basically a way of one software to communicate with another. Okay, let me know in the comments if you need like an explanation. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of it. Let me know if not. Yeah, new comments. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, Elite X have AI cores supposedly. I am guessing they will standardize soon enough. There's a big shift in the world of hardware and in the world of software right now. People are trying to really optimize their everything to generative AI because I guess we're building AGI right now, right? So things are changing. Who knows? Who knows what the future will bring? But right now, I notice a lot of services are moving to the cloud. I don't know if I should tell you that or just kind of keep you in suspense. But I've used a working environment that now NVIDIA is offering to anyone who's on the developer program. So even if you don't have like an NVIDIA-based graphics card, if you're using the Launchpad environment, which is something you can get by invitation, I got it on my email, regardless of me being an influencer. I'm just part of the developer program, so I get these emails as a normal person, not as, you know, a YouTuber or whatever. And they're saying that it's now available, so you can request access. And this environment, basically, you're not just getting to use models like Llama 3.1 and like the extra large stable diffusion and whatever, you know, all the other fancy models, but you also get to use some hardware that there's no way I can ever afford. Like maybe ever is a bad word, but we're talking about like A100 GPUs. We're talking about Grace Hopper CPUs. We're talking about like all the creme de la creme that they have, and you can actually access it through Launchpad, which was wild. If you look at kind of the market price of these things, let's have a look. So what's the price? Let's see. The price of A100. Let's see. Check it out. Honestly, I am not joking. These are actual prices. Google it. It's insane. Like you can buy, I think our truck was that price, and it's a very good truck, right? It's a Ram Longhorn, right? Not the new kind, the used kind, but still, that's a car, you guys. And you get to play around with this equipment for a temporary amount of time. But yeah, so right now we're working on an environment that you don't need to wait to get access to. So we'll see. I'll update you on Monday. Hopefully it all works out. Hopefully I had a blonde moment and I couldn't figure out on my own, and that's where it's gonna. Because I've been struggling with doing some stuff, and I really need help. I can't stay for the live, but thank you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate you taking the time, writing a comment. Like, it's really cool. And we're back to client-server architecture with Cloud AI. Yeah, we are. Well, depends on what you do. To run large language models, it's a bit of a problem not to do on a cloud, but yeah. Yeah. Who knows? More than I paid for my first car. Exactly. I paid for my Fiat. I'm still driving my Fiat. I was threatening to sell it for many, many years. It's a Fiat 500, which is a very nice car if you live in Europe. In Europe, it's like a regular thing. You know, nobody will say anything. And even when I lived in Burnaby, in a big city, you know, it was normal to see Fiat 500s everywhere. Now that I live in the countryside in Mission, I think 2 people were already judging me. 2 people were like looking at me puzzled. What is this thing? I've never seen such a small car. And, you know, to be fair, one of them, I was in Costco. And if you guys are familiar with Costco, it's a store where you buy things in bulk. So everything comes in big packages. Like none of it is really small. And I was trying to shove in, I think, what was it? 10 kilograms of flour. I was trying to shove it into my trunk and I couldn't make it. And a nice lady is just looking at me from the side and she's like, "What? That's a nice little car." Meaning it's very small, you know it, right? Oh yeah, it's funny. And then somebody else, I was telling him, "Well, I'm driving a Fiat." And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for you." So yeah, it's not a vehicle that you can see a lot in the countryside, but I'm not the only one. There are more Fiats here in the city. But yeah, I like it. It's a nice car. It's not fancy, but it's very small, and it's good if your driving skills are like mine. It's safer for the environment. No, I'm joking. I'm a good driver. 10 kilogram of flour. You bake a lot. Yeah, I make bread. Like challah bread. I don't know if you're familiar. It's like a Jewish type of bread. It's like a. I'm gonna find you a picture. If you're already here, I'm gonna find you. I'm baking it like every. I was supposed to bake it today. It's a Friday. I was supposed to make it today. Holy smokes, you guys! I forgot. I'll do it after. But let's have a look. I'll show you some photos of what I mean. There you go. So this is, hold on. This is challah bread. It's basically like this braid. That's not the nicest challah I've ever made. Hold on. I'll show you the ones I made for my neighbors. these were really, really nice. There you go. This is before they went to the oven. Looks really, really cool, I think. And it's really tasty. It's like the best bread you'll ever eat. It's a bit sweet. Yeah, I have an amazing recipe. I make it all the time. But just so you know, 10 kilograms of flour, this is the small package, okay? If you're familiar with Costco, people are buying 20 kilograms of flour at a time. You know, my neighbors are probably buying 20 kilograms at a time. A friend of mine, she bought it, and she was just like storing it because it was on sale. And then she discovered that because it was sitting on the floor of her garage, a bunch of rats got in. So all this flour had to go down the trash. Yeah. Canada HQ, it's a 2-door vehicle. And it's funny because there's a lot of space in the front. It's a very tall car, but in the back there is no space whatsoever. And when my family was here, I wanted to go to the liquor store with my brother, and then my dad wanted to join. I was like, we don't want to take our dad to the liquor store. We want to, go alone. So I was like, well, if you're going, you'd have to sit in the back. He was like, yeah, I will. And my dad is a big guy. He's not a small guy. So he ended up sitting in the back, and we went there together, and he swore that it was comfortable. Okay, so there you go. How do we know you're not AI? Well, we're well past the time where Turing tests were effective, so you'll never know. Unless you see me in real life, which is something that I think only one person, I think only Aaron did? I can't remember. Yeah, I think his name is Aaron. I think only he did. Nobody else did. Yeah. It's got sesame seeds? Absolutely. Absolutely. So many sesame seeds, you guys. I cover it from head to toe, like the bread. You're hungry now. What? Голодный? Скоро покушаешь. Ну, что поделать? Wish I had a neighbor like you. Well, hey, if you move to Mission, maybe you could. Who knows? Let's see. Interesting. Challah bread has no dairy. That's right. You can turn it into somewhat a brioche if you put some butter on top. But yeah, it's there's an egg, there's flour, there's yeast, there's salt, there's sugar, and there's oil, and that's it. That's all it is. Success mantra of practice you might want to give us. Don't give up. Don't give up. And if something is hard, it doesn't mean that you need to just keep being obsessed and go crazy about it, but take some time, go for a walk, think about something else, and when you're back at it, you may get a different idea that you didn't have before. So if you're stuck on something, you cannot solve it. It happens to me a lot. Most of these videos I'm trying to explain things that I have no idea what they are. I need to learn them before I can explain them. And most of these things are absolutely new to me. So I think that's why you guys are enjoying my videos so much, because I explain them from a perspective of somebody who just learned it. So I kind of know how to teach others in order to understand. And because these things are new, very often I'm working with modules that are not yet released. I know a lot of things that you don't know yet. They share it with me, and I'm testing all kinds of libraries, all kinds of modules about 2 weeks ahead of you getting it. So I'm a bit of a UX type of person, eh? A contractor, right? But what was I talking about? Yeah, success mantra of, so I get stuck a lot, and very often, you try to make a solution, but then when you actually reach out, the company that kind of commissioned you to do what you're doing, they're saying, oh, it's a problem on our end. We need to fix this bug. And they're like, oh, I spent so long on trying to fix it. So don't be afraid to reach out for help, especially if you have the resources to do so. So reach out for help. And very often when you would try to phrase, the error, when you would try to phrase the email to whoever is helping you, then I would say that you may come up with a solution just through explaining the problem and kind of sharing all the detail in the screenshots and whatnot. So, and don't give up. Be stubborn. Never surrender. Just be stubborn, and everything will work out eventually. Okay? Okay. Step-by-step challah tutorial next. You know what? If I had a cooking channel, I'd be a much happier person. Because I cook every day, and it doesn't require you to be particularly smart and to learn new things. What I do is way more difficult. So yeah, I wish anybody really cared about cooking as much as they cared about AI. In my context, sorry, specifically with me, because people care about cooking way more. It's just not in a relation to myself. Are you using AI for get videos ideas? No, I'm making AI, and I insist on it. I'm not really involving AI. The only AI I ever involved in videos, sorry, not really videos, but mostly like pictures, is Adobe Firefly. I use it for one specific purpose, and it's to improve the quality of my photos. So if you go to Photoshop, I'll share a trick. If you go to Photoshop, if you still didn't cancel your subscription, because a lot of people did, I didn't upgrade to the newest versions. I'm still working with the previous agreement, but once they force me, I'm gonna have to. I won't really have a choice. So for example, let me pull something out. Hold on. Oh shoot, there's a bunch of pictures here. So let me close it. Let me take it here. Let me pull out a nice photo. A nice photo from the computer. Oh, see, my computer just doesn't work. It's just, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Okay. So, let's take this photo from New York. Okay, I'm going to pull it out. And it will let me. It will. Okay, it let me. So we have this photo. And when I enlarge it, this is back at the time where I still had my my beauty marks on, right? So the quality of this photo is not very high, but if you go to filter and you go to neural filters, Photoshop trick, and then you go to photo restoration, which is a beta feature, they temporarily disabled it. Come on, Photoshop. What is wrong with you? Okay, they say that they temporarily disabled it due to an error. But you can actually, if you take down the enhanced face to 0 and you keep the enhanced photo, right, the quality of your photo will improve, okay? But it doesn't because they temporarily disabled it. You Photoshop, come on. Okay, cancel, never mind. I'm not gonna show it. There you go, done. But I use it all the time. The reason is, so when you buy the fanciest phone, like with look how many fancy cameras I have, right? So many fancy cameras. The only problem is if I'm using them, I don't see what is being filmed. So the cameras I'm using are here. You know, it's this one, okay? When you work on your own, when you don't have any staff, when your spouse is a hard worker too, that's what you do. Holy smokes, we're at like 500 viewers. Darcy, what did you do? You guys check out Darcy once again. Let me pull out her channel on YouTube. So scrumptious. She is. Hold on. YouTube. Let's see. Sorry, Darcy. The Klut, I think that's her name. I think that's her last name. There you go. There you go. So check out Darcy on YouTube. I have a feeling. Oh, sorry. Copyrights violations. I'm playing her video in my stream. So check out her channel. I'm writing it in the comments because I have a feeling that's the reason why we have so many viewers today. There you go. So thank you, Darcy. Thank you, Darcy. Let's see how many subscribers she has. You liar. I thought she has 4,999 subscribers, but I think that's her clever trick. I'm on to you, Darcy. I'm on to you. She has more subscribers now. Ha. Okay, so check her out. You have a link here in the description. There you go. How come you know Russian and a little bit of Ukrainian? I was born in Crimea. Masha меня зовут, вообще-то. I don't know a lot of Ukrainian. I kind of read it. But I know, like the usual stuff. I know Verka Serduchka, of course. Hop, 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 chiля, hop, а я танцую. I know the general term, like general things that you would hear. I could probably understand them, but if you talk slow, could probably understand, because we never spoke Ukrainian in Crimea. It's something you would speak in different regions. I lived a bit in Kiev when my parents were young and they were still students, and then we moved to Jankoy. So I have still a lot of family in Jankoy. I have some in Kiev, some stayed, but most of them they kind of left. Yeah, I know fluently, like Russian fluently, probably not as good as I wish I knew. I know phrases in Ukrainian. Що не сім, то надкушу, Ukrainians will find it pretty funny, I guess. What else I know? Ruslana Pisenka, I remember her since I was a kid. I remember Ksena, the warrior princess, not Zina, Ksena. It was in Ukrainian, full-blown Ukrainian. What else? Yeah, whatever I could remember. I left when I was 6, so I visited only once in year 2000 when Y2K was a threat to everyone. So what a great idea to go to Ukraine to go through Y2K in a place where there was not a lot of computers back then, or electronic devices. Maybe my parents thought of it, maybe they didn't. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Who knows? Yeah. I am making PDF on how to spot deepfake right now. Oh, nice. But how can you? Like, unless it's like very, or maybe if you look into the video itself, it could work. Maybe if you pull out the video and you look at the signals that it makes, you can probably detect that. But you need some knowledge there. Yeah, it's very hard to, probably very hard to do so. Where are you from? Mission, British Columbia, Canada. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. The best place in the world. I am not exaggerating. I haven't been to all the places in the world, but so far, nicest place ever. Actually, with the exclusion of Lake Louise. Lake Louise was incredible. Moraine Lake in Banff National Park was probably better, but you cannot live there. Like, I wish you could, but you can't. Getting more difficult to spot all the time. Yeah, that's right. So as the innovation in the field of AI will grow, it will be much harder to detect what's real and what's not in the online sphere. So when you go outside of your door, it's pretty easy to find. But if you're online, very, very difficult. And right now, like all the scams and everything, they're just ramping up so quickly. Like I notice it a lot in my email. I do get a lot of emails on a regular basis, but the frauds are becoming more and more difficult to detect. And lucky enough, I'm overly paranoid. So, it works well for me, maybe I'm missing opportunities that way, but I prefer to be safe than sorry, honestly. If a company, okay, I'll give you an example. If a company is based in Hong Kong and I am based in Canada, why do they need my US IRS tax forms? They're not in the US. I'm not in the US. How does IRS has anything to do with us? But the reason why they want my IRS forms is because you write your social insurance in Canada or social security in America over there. And with this number, they can go and they can apply to loans and mortgages. They can open bank accounts. They can ruin your credit, okay? So they're sending it to me as though like, hey, just send us this like very secretive form to a company you don't know nothing about, right? And it's like, oh, by the way, we're from Hong Kong. And I'm like, wait, so why? Like, I thought you're from America, So why are you asking this from me? So I emailed them. I don't think they'll reply to me, but like I received an email saying, like the Russian Ukrainians in the crowd, I received an email saying that there is a Yandex campaign, and Yandex is the Russian form of Google, pretty much. Yandex campaign that they want me to share, some Medium article, which is an incredible article. Like, I think it's a very useful article. It's about like compression algorithms. Like, I was like, yeah, I'd love to do it. But not sending you my details. What are you, crazy? I wasn't born yesterday. I'm Jewish, man. Like, what's wrong with you? I'm not taking any risks, with my money. Pff, crazy. Taxes, money, whatever. Big companies are using that quantum PC QPU, and they said it's hard to create an algorithm for it. Why didn't they ask the AI for it? Because I think it's pretty hard to calculate on a quantum level. I wouldn't even know. I cannot even wrap my head around how they can do it, okay? Because quantum physics, I don't know if you ever dived into the topics. I'm sure many of you are pretty much experts in quantum stuff. But for me, when I'm thinking of quantum, I'm thinking of a sentence that Albert Einstein said. And it was something about, I want to believe that the moon is there when I'm closing my eyes. Something along these lines, right? Because the whole idea of quantum physics is that particles on the level of photons, which is like particles of lights, it's very, very small. It's smaller than the nucleus. Like particles on that level, they don't comply with the laws of physics that we have. They have completely different rules. They can sometimes be a wave. They can sometimes be a particle. And what determines whether they're a wave and a particle is if we look or not. So if there is an observer, reality changes. That's how we have the Schrodinger cat, or whatever you call him. The cat is alive and dead. There's a cat in the box. It could be dead. It could be alive. It's crazy talk to me. I wish I understood it in a proper way, but I don't know. I understand it in a spiritual way that tells me that there are multiple universes outside. And it's hard to wrap your head around. There's like more urgent things to kind of deal with in our current, reality that is just wild as well, right? Did you hear of new programming language called Mojo based on Python? Oh, if Darcy was here, she'd be going nuts. She loves Mojo. I unfortunately missed the Mojo lecture on the GTC. I wanted to go there, but I believe it was on the last day of me being there, so I had to go to the airport at this time. I was really looking forward to it. So yeah, they say that Mojo is really, really fast, but I don't think, I think they're right. They wouldn't just say it, but I don't know how many use cases exist right now, right? They're trying to take Python to the next level. They're trying to make it more efficient, which is pretty good, but I don't know if we're going in this direction. I think it will be a nice alternative, but from what I see, at least working with some big companies in the field, Python is going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay, and it would be interesting to see an apples to apples application with Mojo and with Python, like exactly the same app, something useful, something that you can actually that will actually improve your life if you're using it. I'd love to see it. If you guys have some examples, please send it over. Let me know. Yeah. Awesome. So thank you guys for joining us here. Thank you for all these lovely people in the stream. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to tell you about this forum for which we have gathered here today. This forum that would help me a lot with school, that I'm about to finish next month. I want this misery to be behind me. I want to be a free person once again. I want to be done with this degree so my mom can say to all her friends, "Oi, Maria has a computer science degree. Did you know she just finished, my daughter?" Yes, it will be great. That's the main purpose of my degree. There's no other reason why I'm doing this. I'd love it to be behind me. And for my final project, I need your help. I have this. You can find it in the description. Ooh, where are you? I closed it. Okay. You can find this form in the description, which you can. I have 14 responses right now. Okay. So if you guys can join, if you guys can share your input, that would be incredible. Okay. And let me pull out the link to this nice form. You can find it in the description, but I will share it again. I don't mind. I'll do it. I'm kind. Okay, I'll share it again because I need your help. There you go. I'll share it in the comments. It's not going to take long. I know there's 10 questions and it sounds like a lot, but honestly, the question is, look at these photos. Do you think they're real or not? Okay, I think they're real. I think they're not. It's going to take you 3 minutes, and I'm not collecting your names. I'm not collecting your emails. The only reason why you need to log in to Google to submit it is because I'm only asking for one response from one person, and you can thank a user named 0dayx for that. Because I don't know if you remember, when we had a code jam, I sent you a form where I didn't want to take any information about you guys. I didn't want to do any verifications, no nothing. I just wanted you guys to use it. And then he did a denial of service attack on my form. Thank you, 0dayx. Thanks to you, we always need Google to verify people. See, that's a bit of a problem, because that's probably the opposite of what hackers should be doing. I'm assuming hackers, because 0 day is a hacking attack, right? Let's see. AlteredNet. That's right. That's the name of my data set, inspired by AlexNet, of course. ImageNet, AlexNet, ResNet. Anything other than VGG. I don't know why VGG is so different. They should have called it VGGNet. What is wrong with them? Okay. What a pleasure to see you today, Mrs. M. Hello, hello, my dear Slipknot fan. Good to see you, M, as well. Awesome. Super happy you're joining us from North America. I can't remember. Colombia? You're from? I can't remember where you're from. It's been so long, man. Let me know. Let me know if you're from Colombia, or if you moved, or if you've never been there to begin with, because I don't know why I'm getting confused. Okay, Sinisha. Actually, problem is, I saw it on YouTube, that observing, it is not just with eyes. It is really tiny. You need to bother it. Of course, electron reacts differently. See, that's the weird part about like quantum physics. How are you supposed to understand it? How can you write a rule of what's going on, right? Because you need to disregard the rest of the physics, which is something that is hard enough to understand, but you need to completely disregard it, and only then you can kind of try to wrap your head around these small photon particles. So I don't know. There was a time where I researched a lot about it, mostly in the realm of spirituality, sacred geometry, the spiritual kind of people. But there's no time for it. You cannot do it anymore. You cannot focus on yourself in the past few years. You got to focus on what on earth is going on around you. It's crazy. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Masha, you are great. Спасибо большое, Alexander. I really appreciate it. Awesome. Yes, you are from Colombia. Holy smokes, I remembered it. Yay! Yay! I feel less blonde now that I'm not blonde. It's very good that the blonde came off. Actually, I'm about to add some more highlights to my hair very soon. Going for the natural way, healing my hair in the process. Probably not interesting to the male audience here. I'm gonna put some bleach. It's gonna be great. Have you seen the Chinese robot? Which of them? There's so many, man. I saw a robot before 3 months ago that cut vegetables and fruits, and I think that artificial intelligence would be good for creating simple ideas like that. Yeah, absolutely. You can program them to do a lot of stuff. You don't really need artificial intelligence for that. If it's just cutting fruits and stuff, you can just, it's part of automation. So for example, factories back in the day, they would used to make vehicles by hand. They would have like, bad idea. I'm not sure about factories and stuff, but like you just automate processes that you used to do. So like stocking the shelves in a store, right? It used to be something that people were doing, but now you can set automated systems that would do it. For example, instead of people who deliver things to your house, you can send drones like Amazon wants you to do. But I don't think it requires artificial intelligence, because the whole point of artificial intelligence is a decision-making type of a mechanism. And I don't know if for those simple tasks of like chopping vegetables and whatever, you really need to make decisions. You just need to kind of step repeat what you're doing. Who knows, right? So I don't mix up between the two. I know that robotics is getting closer to, it's getting better and better every day, but I think we're pretty far from implementing what we really want to implement with AI. My personal experience with it was during the GTC. There were a bunch of robots, robots that were greeting you when you were entering the convention. And at first, you didn't see the guy who had a remote control, who was like kind of controlling them. So it seems as though they are AI, right? It's an AI convention, so you assume these robots would be 100% automated. But this guy, he had a remote control. I saw him later on in a different section of the convention, and it's like, oh yeah, you're controlling them. Okay, that's not fun. There were robots actually in Jensen's NVIDIA CEO speech. The keynote in the big center and stuff, there were 2 robots in the very end who did have AI on them, who were responding to voice commands at least. One of them was not behaving. It seemed like he wasn't behaving, but I noticed something. So he was telling both of them, come here, and one of them started to come here, and the other one was a bit hesitant. And then it took him some time. And then Jensen told him, stop messing around, okay? And I think that he heard the stop, because he was about to walk and then he stopped, right? So maybe he heard stop, and that's why he stopped. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's my theory, okay? That's robot stuff. But for robot stuff, I had Kevin McAleer on. He's really, really knowledgeable. He's investigating all the new robotic technology and stuff. His office looks like a store, a robotic store. He showed it to me. Like, he showed it during the stream. We had a nice stream with him. If you look it up, Kevin McAleer on my channel, we had a live show going on with you guys. And he was talking about like some really, really cool robots. So he's the go-to guy when it comes to robotics, not really me. Okay. I'm getting the hang of detecting fake AI photos now. Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, some of them are hard to detect, some of them are easy. Masha, have you done any dev with GAN image resolution enhancement, such as real SRGAN? No, just by the way I pronounce these words, you know that I didn't do it. So what I did do is using EDSR. Let me pull it out. So it's actually pretty good. It's an equivalent. EDSR. Okay, so this is the model. Come on, computer. What is wrong with you? So this is the model that I used. You can check it out. EDSR PyTorch. Basically, it allows you to enhance the size of your image times 2, times 3, and times 4. So if we're using it in the Stable Diffusion tutorial, the one that I was talking about it earlier. So if you write Stable Diffusion, Python simplified, Docker, you'll find a tutorial that's pretty long. But the reason why it's as long as it is because we're not just using the photos that Stable Diffusion produces, which is like tiny 512 by 512 pixels photos, but we're actually enlarging them times 4. So we're getting 2048 pixels by 2048 pixels in a very good quality, actually. So yeah, check it out. EDSR, that's the only model I used for super sampling, super resolution. It's really good. And yeah, you have all the instructions in my most recent tutorial that you can check it out. Like, I don't know why YouTube didn't kind of push it more than it did. Maybe YouTube is upset at me for not being as active. I don't know. But yeah, if you check it out, it's one of the best things I've ever made, honestly. Hi, Pythons. Hello, Noxon Fostwares. Hello. Yeah, you don't get results for your score. So I was talking about it earlier, that I'm waiting for 50 responses, and then in the next live streams, I'm going to share which of them was real or not. Yeah, I should have thought of it earlier. Yeah, I don't think I could do it, because if I told you, you would be able to spoil it for others in the comments, right, during the live stream. So that's one of the reasons why I didn't do it. Do you ever use Python for networking? I use Python for the tutorials. I don't really do any of my own kind of projects anymore. I used to. I either do school projects or I do Python simplified projects. And when I'm disappearing for a while, it tells you that the project is very complicated. That's usually what I'm doing, okay? But what do you mean when you say networking? Okay, that's the main question. So networking, there's different kinds of networking, like making friends or setting up a network, okay? Because we have both, right? Is that in a technical term or is it not in a technical term? Clarification, please. Can you explain what do you mean by AI in this context? Because in the ChatGPT context, it is just an LLM. It doesn't actually understand the prompt, but just tokens, words, and probability. That's not an LLM. It doesn't. So when you're talking about pattern matching, so pattern matching doesn't really understand. LLMs are far more complex than that. It doesn't just tokenizes your word and kind of interprets it. It has a few layers of. None of these architectures is really 100% clear to us. You know, it's since LLMs emerge, and I blame OpenAI for this. I haven't seen any concrete research that tells you step by step exactly how to recreate what they did. Because usually when you create a new network, and it was the rule since 2012, since the first state-of-the-art neural networks came out. Every time a neural network comes out, it's accompanied by a paper that tells you which equipment they used, what data set they used to train it, what kind of, how many epochs, what kind of GPUs they used, everything. Everything, so you can recreate it on your end. So you can peer review their work. And then since OpenAI became so open, you know, with ChatGPT, suddenly it's all a secret. And, you know, if it's out, I haven't had a chance to view it. Please send it over if you can find something. But it's like looking at a black box. Like you don't know what's inside. So, you know, for pattern recognition, you don't need to understand anything. But what these LLMs do, they do a bit more. They do beyond it. They are actually trained on language, okay? They would actually go through, they would have some data, and this data comes labeled. Okay, this is a noun, this is a verb. It's very complex natural language processing techniques, far more complex than I ever showed you on the channel. So, yeah, I don't think that this is how it works. There's a bit more mystery to it in the background. I don't think it's an AGI level type of stuff, right? I don't think that AGI can be achieved with large language models, but you have to give them some respect. You know, they are doing far beyond pattern matching. If you look at the pattern matching algorithm, it's something we've been able to do for over 40 years. We have like basic pattern matching algorithms. I believe Alice was one of the first. Yeah, I can't remember. Sorry, guys. It's a brain fart kind of day. Just filled out the form. Will we know the answers are? Yes. So next week, if we have 50 people filling up the form, if I'll have at least 50 people on this stream, then yes. If we don't, I'll give it a few more days. Okay, because I'd like to have some more input if possible. So I can make a rule out of it, right? Well, if 50 people said it, you know, if that's their score. Right now we were on 14. I'll share it with you later. And when this data set is ready, you'll of course get a link. You'll of course get to use it for whichever purpose you want. You can train your own neural networks on it. It's going to be really cool. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, because I still can't define what AI in the context of robots means. It is the frame problem. I'm sorry I'm getting philosophical, like they are not conscious. They don't know what an object is. How do you know that? Have you ever been an AI? The only way for you to know if something is aware or not is to be that something. And that's on a philosophical level, right? How do you know that they are not conscious? Right? You don't. And, saying that it's one or another, it's inaccurate because nobody knows. And if you're interested, that's exactly what Alan Turing was covering in his article. I have 3 videos that I filmed on the topic of can machines think. And the video that I recommend you to have a look at, if you're curious about these type of questions, is the 3rd video in the series called Machines Can't Think. And the whole purpose of this video is to show you arguments that tell you why machines cannot think, because there are several arguments that Alan Turing wrote, not myself. I just translated it to simple language. And on top of, and I explain to you why they can't think, and then I tell you, but is that actually a valid reason why they cannot think? It's something that you need to explore. But if you're curious about the definition of AI, there are different kinds of AI. Artificial intelligence is a thinking machine, in a way. The most basic level of AI is what we call narrow AI, okay? That's an AI that only has one job. There is a single cognitive task that a human is capable of that this piece of AI is also capable of. So let's say if a human can identify a cat from a dog, then your narrow AI will be able to identify a cat or a dog. And you can, of course, expand it a bit. You could say that as long as your AI can recognize an animal of some sort or an entity of some sort, it could be an animal, a human, a ship, an airplane, then it is still doing a single task, which is image recognition. Okay? That's narrow AI. The next category is AGI, as in artificial general intelligence, not generative. That's what people are getting so confused about. I don't know why. Artificial general intelligence or strong AI. That type of AI, and you will see a lot of people confused about it, and that drives me crazy, honestly. The definition is an AI that is a machinery that is capable all the cognitive tasks that humans are capable of. And if you're telling me that awareness is not a cognitive task, if you are telling me that critical thinking is not a cognitive task, I will keep arguing until the end of days, because it is a cognitive task. Power of will is a cognitive task. A human, humans, yeah, we go to work every day, but we don't have to. We can say, you know what, I don't care. I'm moving to the forest. I don't want to go to work anymore. We can decide not to do anything. When it comes to AI, or the type of AI that we have in the moment, and people are claiming that it's about to become AGI at a point, this type of AI cannot tell you no. It's your servant in a way, right? So that's AGI. That's the category up next. And some people will tell you, well, if you connect a bunch of narrow AIs together, one of them can recognize images, one of them can create speech, one of them can reason with you, one of them can detect sound, produce sound, generate sound, all kinds of stuff. You just connect these narrow AIs and you make one AI out of them, and that's your AGI, okay? I will also argue with that. Because if that was the case, we would have AGI a long time ago, okay? The next category after AGI, and that's a category we will reach like that once AGI is here, that's AI super intelligence. Artificial super intelligence, okay? Surpasses all the cognitive abilities that humans have. That's the type of AI you've seen in The Matrix. That's the type of AI you've seen in, well, I guess in all the science fiction movies, right? Prometheus, whatever. You've seen them everywhere. And that's the type of AI that, I guess, worries people. I don't know. But between that and AGI, there's not going to be a very big gap. Because as soon as AI is capable of everything we are capable of, it will teach itself how to become artificial superintelligence much quicker than we can imagine. And we don't really know, mind you, we don't really know what kind of AIs are available at the moment. We only know the ones that they're sharing with us. I'm assuming that there's a secret lab somewhere where they surpassed the type of LLMs that we are familiar with. Who knows? It's reasonable to assume it exists. Because if I can sit on my couch and I can do the type of stuff that I'm doing with you guys on the channel, can you imagine what a crazy professor can do? Wow. Wow. So if Meta is using our chats as data sets to train LLM and LLM, so what will be the craziest disaster? Craziest disaster? I don't know. I think we're living it. Honestly, I don't know if there's something more disastrous than the reality that we're currently engaged in. We're kind of trying to make the best out of it. But see, the problem when it comes to social media networks abusing, the power of AI is first of all in the realm of privacy. There's a lot of things that you probably don't want to share that this AI kind of concludes about you without you even sharing. So the thing about Meta, so I'll give you an example of Instagram. I'm not too, I don't have a Facebook. I haven't been there for years. And Instagram I'm kind of more familiar with. Since 2015, Instagram, when you are scrolling the feed, when you are using the app, not like posting images or anything, they are tracing your eyes. And the reason why they're tracing your eyes is because they want to see how your pupils react to different kinds of imagery. So if you see, usually when you see somebody you like, you're attracted to, your pupils dilate, or you have some micro expressions in your face that happens when you're upset, when you're happy, when you're seeing something traumatic. I don't know. They record it, record your face. They're not sharing it with anybody, I hope, but they're using it to train their algorithms. And based on these algorithms, Instagram knows you a bit better than it used to, right? So you don't need to like a post for Instagram to know that you liked it. They just look at your expression and they can tell. And they've been using these methods since 2015. The problem is in 2015, the neural networks that were able to process this kind of data, they were not very advanced. And I don't know if we had the means of storing and properly properly pre-processing this data back in the day. It was quite early on, and we didn't have 4090s at home. We didn't have A100s. Somewhere on the cloud. We didn't have the capacity in terms of hardware or software to really process it in an effective way. Now we do. So what are they going to do with this data? I think that it depends on the social media network and what they're trying to do, what they're trying to achieve. But they can persuade you of things that you don't necessarily, that you wouldn't necessarily believe in, because they know you so well, right? Who knows? You're asking me for the craziest scenario. I would think that this is mental manipulation. They would show you the things that upset you to make you upset. They would show you the things that make you happy, but they do it in a scale of millions of people all at once. So realistically, this can cause civil unrest. Let's call it that way. So yeah. Oh, my browser lost connection to the camera. Sorry guys, technical issues. Holy smokes. Let's have a look. I'm gonna fix it right now. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm here. Yo, what's up, camera? Okay, you gonna get broken on me right now? Holy smoke. 600 people. Wow. You know what? I don't know if it's Darcy anymore. I think it's God. Thank you for bringing them here. Holy smokes. Toda rabba, Adonai, ma yirbu niflaotecha. Wow. This is biblical, you guys. Honestly, we never had 6,000 people watching a live stream all at once. Holy smokes. Okay, how am I gonna entertain you now? I don't know. This is a lot of pressure on me, okay? Let's scroll to the bottom of the comments. Yeah, let's have a look. Amen. That's right. Amen. Okay. Have you used NVIDIA NIM? Cyber AR-15, you're gonna love my next video. And no other word is said. You're gonna love my next video. And yes, I have. I used it before anybody else used it. Well, myself and other creators as well, you know, not just me. I'm not that special, but I get to try their stuff before they're out live. Hello, could you please suggest a model to use for text summarization and one for video caption? So I'm not too familiar with the video models, but text summarization, you can actually use a model that I showed you how to do on the channel. So let me pull it out. You can do text summarization directly through Hugging Face. Okay, so if you make a Hugging Face pipeline, and I have some base code for that, I've posted a short that Sinisha referred to in the comments earlier. Hold on. Teleprompt. You're making it difficult. Okay, so 1 minute chatbot. Over here, you have some basic code inside question answering.py. Okay, you have some basic code on how to do it. Can I close this? Okay, I can bring it here. There you go, and I can enlarge it because I don't see anything. Okay, let's have a look. So, basically, you import a text corpus, you know, a corpus of text, a large body of text, by using the import NLTK corpus. Here I am importing, you know, if we're in a biblical theme, I'm importing the book of Genesis here, okay? I wonder how it's going to summarize it. That's interesting. And then you basically load it as your context, okay? This is how you load the book of Genesis into a string. Then right underneath, you generate a pipeline, okay? And instead of selecting a model, you can actually select a task. And your task could be text summarization, okay? So if you go to Hugging Face right now, Hugging Face, text. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the for the weird way of typing. I told you there was a lot of technical issues today, okay? But it's authentic. It's very authentic, okay? Let's see. Oh no, these are the models. That's not the right link. Okay, summarization. There you go. Hugging Face summarization. You have a nice video explaining how to do it. You have, okay, you have some more info right over here. It shows you how to load. Okay, it shows you how to load a data set here. We already did it over there. And then summarize. There you go. So auto tokenize from pre-trained. That's the command you need to use instead of the other from pre-trained command that I showed you earlier. There you go. And then you load this model for that. That's what Hugging Face recommends. Yeah, sorry. I didn't prepare for that. Okay, but yeah, check it out. Hugging Face for sure. No questions asked. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Which other? Ooh, lots of comments underneath. Yikes. Wow. Okay, well, 600 people. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so can you compare Conda environment versus Python environment? Absolutely. I would not use a regular venv, you know, for that. I would use a Conda environment or a Docker environment, which is slightly better because it's isolated. It's a bit more isolated than, you know, it's a bit more of a sandbox environment than Conda. And personally, you know, I don't know if Anaconda updates their stuff very recently. I mean, for example, I think 2 years ago, we were supposed to do a PyScript tutorial together. I already sent them the script, and it's like, okay, that's what we're doing. And they were like, well, Maria, very soon we're gonna create a new command. Instead of using Python 3 and then running your script, we're gonna have a command saying PyScript run and then your document. So can you hold on with this until you film me a video? And I'm like, sure, I'll hold on. There's been like 2 years. So I don't know, ever since I have my doubts about Anaconda, honestly. I don't know how they're functioning, but with Anaconda, the significance of it is that when you're using a regular virtual environment, you know, I don't know if you can even install a different version of Python in it. You may be able to, and I may be misguiding you. Maybe there is a way. But with Anaconda, you create an environment, and inside this environment, you install the type of Python version you want to work with, okay? And that way, you can have Python 3.9 installed on your computer while you have Python 3.12. So you're probably asking, why do you need it? Why won't you just use the most recent version of Python time and again? Because not all libraries are adapted to the most recent version. And sometimes using an older version is not a bad thing, you know? It's not as secure, it's not as patched as other versions, but sometimes some libraries are not frequently updated and things break. So there you go. So Conda is a bit better than the regular environment, in my opinion. It's also easier to implement. And you can do so in the same way that you would do it on Linux, you would do it on Windows, and you would do it on Mac. It's pretty consistent that way. Where else? Yeah. And I actually, testimony from Igor from the AI Advantage channel. I talked to him recently, and he has a Mac computer. He's not a developer, but he was like playing around with Python. He wanted to do some web scraping stuff. And he's like, yeah, I was struggling with this stupid, Python installation. I couldn't get the environment to work. I was installing Python and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait. You were installing Python or you were installing Anaconda? And through Anaconda, you were installing Python. It's like, no, I never heard of Anaconda. And I'm like, okay, well, revisit Anaconda. So it's good. It's a bit better. It's a bit more organized. You can jump from one version of Python to another if you need to. I think that AI should remain a side thing in most missions, because if the Microsoft update causes a malfunction in airports and hospitals, so if AI is a large part of that, it will cause huge problems. So AI is a tool that, well, at this point, it is still a tool that can be used for good and can be used for, for bad things. And it depends on how do you trust the entity that controls it. And if you trust Bill Gates, no problem. But I don't consider him particularly trustworthy. I don't know you guys. If I wasn't using Adobe and if my spouse was fine with installing Linux, we wouldn't have Windows right now. We wouldn't have this Windows conversation. And every time I'm programming, every time I'm doing anything that has to do with code and terminals, I always do it through Ubuntu, through WSL. I never do it through I very rarely do it through Windows. I don't like to say never, but yeah. Can you compare? Yeah, we already did. Holy smokes, yeah. Can you suggest me some library or framework for automation, tasks, and projects, which for C and C++? No idea, man. Like, I've done some C++ stuff, but they were not advanced. I made a DJ mixer. You can find it on my GitHub, but I don't think C++ and C are particularly useful for automation unless you want to really dive into small detail, and I would just use Python for that. The type of automation you can do is probably with Selenium, or you can just automate using requests, HTTP requests. Depends on what you're automating. If you're automating anything on the operating system, you can actually run scripts. You can actually schedule when scripts are run, even in Windows, which we are not too happy with. But yeah, I wouldn't use C++ for that. That's basically what I'm saying. It's a rabbit hole, and it's a tough language, and sometimes when the biggest problem with it is sometimes when things don't compile, you don't always know what went wrong. Sometimes you specify the wrong data type. It's a hustle. I'm not a big fan of C++. And the header files and the CPP files and all, I don't know. Not my cup of tea. Sorry. Okay. Lee James. Wait, let me jump into this conversation if that's... Sure. Well, I guess I'm right on time, eh? I don't think anything can be trusted if we have doubts about ourselves, right? So we have to trust ourselves to evolve with the software. I trust myself, honestly, I trust myself. And Lee, I don't know you. I just got to know you right now, but I already trust you more than I trust Bill Gates. How about that? I already trust you more. because you haven't violated my trust yet. You haven't given me reasons to not trust you yet. Bill Gates kind of did. I don't want to go into it too much, but yeah, I trust people I know. I trust people I personally met and I can vouch for their character. I do not trust people who have a lot of followers online, and you shouldn't trust them, you know. Absolutely. If you knew the type of stuff they offer me in emails, holy smokes, you guys. I could have been very rich. I'm going to keep my integrity. I'm going to keep my integrity. So if you're watching South Park, shout out to Randy Marsh. Integrity Farms. Thanks. How can I deploy a text summarization model for Android and Apple? No idea. Yeah, you're gonna have to ask somebody who's a mobile developer. I'm not. It's not my cup of tea. There's a chance you can do it with KiwiMD or Kiwi. Chance. But I don't know what kind of processing techniques your phone has. That's the biggest challenge. If you process it, you would have to process it on the cloud rather than on your phone. So it kind of makes it even more challenging. Because I don't think you can run these type of tasks on your Android CPU. I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with these type of stuff. I know that there are some built-in models when it comes to Android. Text-to-speech is built in. You can use it. You don't need like a fancy model for that. Text summarization, there's a chance it also exists in one shape, one form or another in the Android developer resources. Check it out. Go to Android developers and Android developer. I can't SDK. I think it's the Android SDK, I believe. I don't want to type again because I look kind of weird when I do so. My keyboard is far away. Yeah. See? Em understands me. He understands me. Can we make a project based tutorial video on Reflex Python? I don't know what it is. Maybe. Probably. Why not? There's a lot of things that I don't know, and I admit I don't. Sorry if I disappoint somebody. I'm human. I'm just like you guys. Like I don't consider myself a smarter than average type of person. I'm just very good at school. I'm a good learner. You know, school smart. Probably a bit street smart too, but that has nothing to do with my school experience. Okay, AI, while not intelligence, is super useful for 10xing your professional productivity. I wouldn't allow it in an enterprise environment, just home. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I haven't really used it for programming. I'm using it for photo editing. It is very efficient. Like I can vouch for like Adobe Firefly. It's really, really good. It's doing a very good job, but you need to learn how to use it. It's not, I don't think it's particularly difficult, but you just need to experiment with it a bit before you're comfortable with it. Yeah, you can use it for home. You can. The problem is it is mostly used in enterprise. Mostly it's used in enterprise, and sometimes in places where we're not even sure that it's being used in. We wouldn't even know in many cases, and they don't need to tell us anything. They don't owe us anything. Hey, from Mexico, I'm working with Python and Google Cloud for convert videos on text and next summarize, which can be better AI for summarize cloud, ChatGPT, or Llama. This is something that you can definitely check with Igor. I'm going to invite him on for a stream. He's exploring these type of models. That's his job. That's what he's doing like all day long. He's looking what you can do with these models, which of them is doing it better. He has like benchmarks on each and every one of them. I'm going to invite him in because that's his expertise, not mine. I'm not really using these models as much as I'm learning how to pull them into your code. Like not ChatGPT, Cloud, but Llama. Yeah, I'm like, what can you do with Llama on a developer level? Like how can you embed it in your software and make it useful for your own workflow? These type of stuff. Yeah. How to become a good developer in Python recently. I'm in final year of computer engineering. Me too. Actually, final month. Yikes. Yikes, because a month from now, just a month from now, my degree will be done, according to the current dates, because they might change. Holy smokes, you guys. How to become a good developer in Python? Make projects. Just make personal projects. Think of different apps. Sorry, I need to drink some coffee. Oh. Yikes. My throat is dry. So you think of a project that you want to take in, you want to create for yourself. It will make your life better. Make a video game for your kid, or like make a data science application that will help you decide which stocks to trade with. I don't know, like figure out something that will make your life a bit easier and try to develop it. And the more project like this, the more projects of that kind you will do, the better you'll become with Python or with programming in general. That's how I became comfortable with Python, because I'm just exploring different tutorials, different projects every single time. Most of them are your ideas. Some of them are mine. Yeah, that's the practice. You know, gain some experience, and if you can do this in a team, if you can kind of team up with a friend of yours and make a project together, it will probably be even better. You kind of can motivate each other and help each other on your way up, you know. And when you're rich and famous, big CEOs of companies, remember me. Remember me. Very important, okay? Remember your friends. Exactly. See, Jack? Exactly. Jack, you're awesome. What's your take about using old? Ooh, a lot of different. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna get to all these comments. I'm gonna try to do it fast. What's your take about using old languages rather than just using new evolving? JS, Python, some trending stuff. All this language evolved from old, so it's good for a root and explore some old. I don't think you can label languages as old or not. Different languages are used for different things. There's certain things I wouldn't do with Python, no matter how much I like Python, right? Certain things you do with C, certain things you do with assembly, certain things you do with Java. Like if you were to develop an Android application, please do not use Python. It doesn't mean you can't. You probably can. I have videos showing you how to do it, but it doesn't mean you should. That's not the right tool for the use case, right? And you know, when people tell you that, oh, forget about these old languages, like what are they basing it on? You know, certain languages are just getting better and better with years. You know, every single language is being, I shouldn't say every single, but most languages are being updated regularly, and they're being updated with new libraries and with new things you can do with them. So, you know, I wouldn't label languages as old. Just different languages doing different things, you know, and different people have different preferences, right? For somebody, my brother tells me that Python is so difficult. Why? Because of indentations. And I'll tell you that Python is so easy because of indentations. So it depends on your preferences. So don't just cancel languages based on something that some blogger said. Don't listen to bloggers, honestly. They don't know anything. These people are nuts. Yeah, assembly and C, they're not necessarily old. That's just the foundation of all the other languages. So for example, Python is written with C. You know, there's a reason why there is a C Python type of thing, okay? Assembly, all programming languages, if you remove the fancy hats and the lipsticks, they're all assembly, you know. If you remove the assembly, it's all zeros and ones, you know. You can see, you look at it through levels of abstractions, but upon these languages, the entire foundation of the internet, the entire foundation of computers is built upon. So they're not old. They're just the basic building blocks of what we're doing. And if you know assembly in certain companies, you'll make way more money than a Python developer. Depends what you do. Right, and then let me say this about what I think the AI software does. It adapts and reflects our deeper wants, even when we are not aware of them. So if the process is good, then the AI is good. The process is good when it's transparent. And let me explain it. When you know what kind of data your model was trained on, when you know the type of instructions that it got, you know what to expect from it. But if you think that a model was trained on 100% accurate information and it spills 100% accurate facts without knowing what it was trained on, your model could have been trained on an article that a 5-year-old wrote, or your model could have been trained on an article that ChatGPT wrote, you know? How do you know it's actually accurate? If you don't have access to the data on which the model is based, you know nothing about the model. The data is the most important part. You build the model around the data. And if the data is hidden, how do you know how do you know what this model is actually used for, right? So if companies were transparent, if OpenAI tomorrow went and Google and all of them went out and said, you know what, let's be transparent. Here's the data we used. Here's the weights we used. Here's the actual architecture. There you go. Use it. There is no way that we would be able to produce ChatGPT in our own house based on these facts. You know, we would need many, many years and a very, very fancy computer. So why don't they release it? Well, you know, it's something that we talked about in a recent podcast with Matt and Nathan. What's the name of it? I forgot about it. The Next Wave podcast. Okay, we talked about it. And they were like, they were telling me that the biggest concern, that's at least what they're saying, is that they don't want China to get access to this. So it's like, why do you assume that assume that China is not more advanced than you guys? And why do you assume they would need large language models? Maybe what they're looking for is like image detection models, okay? So yeah, they have the resources, but they still would need a few years to get to the same level that you guys are at. So I don't know why it's not transparent. I don't know. We cannot replicate it from our houses. We cannot take over their business plan. And even if we do, by the time that we reach the training level that their models have reached, their model will be way smarter, you know? We cannot catch up with them. So why is it still a secret? And it drives me crazy. Drives me absolutely crazy. Okay, hi, can you make a complete learning playlist for beginners? Like Python learning? We might do some, like, because I'll be streaming once a week from now, like on Fridays. We can probably do like a learn Python step-by-step type of a live stream if you need to. But there's a lot of like really nice courses. Oh, I'm saying a lot of like, holy smokes, like a teenager. Yikes. So if you check some of the online academies, all of them, they have an introduction to Python kind of course. And in most cases, it's a free one. So if you go to Coursera, Udemy, Udacity, IDX, whatever it is that you're, UDX? I can't remember what it's called. Whatever your heart desires, you'll probably find a very good introduction to Python course. But if you guys want to do it on the channel, which we might do together, I'll just go over the documentation. I'm going to pull out the Python documentation and we'll go over line by line. I'll explain it in a nice notebook. I'll show you how to set it up. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. We might do it. Probably will, because I'll need topics for all these streams. What's your favorite part of your bachelor's degree studies at ML? Nothing. It's all terrible. Do not ever, actually, sorry. I'm going to submit it to my university. So I love it. It's great. Yeah, this video, because I'm doing the... Yikes. You almost caught me. Because I'm using it as part of my report, my final report. So this live stream is going to be part of the things that I submit there. So I cannot tell you my honest opinion about University of London. So if you ask me in this stream, I love it. It's so good. It's amazing. Don't fail me for not liking you. I'll share everything that has to do with my degree after I'm done. Yeah, it's going to be very informative. I'm going to include emails. I'm going to include a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, I got my crazy eyes going on. Where did you learn machine learning and deep learning? So I took a course, not a good course, but I took a course in Udacity or Udemy. I can't remember. I think Udacity. It was an introduction to machine learning and AI with Python. That's how I learned Python, actually. I took this course. I paid like $600 for it. It was a nanodegree program. I thought that nanodegree and degree are somehow related. They're not. Don't pay them $600,000. $600. Don't pay them $600. Oh my God. So I paid them all this money. I didn't understand anything, okay? But I didn't want to fail. It's a lot of money. So I ended up submitting something, and apparently it worked, but I didn't understand anything. And then I thought I'm not smart enough for artificial intelligence. So I was kind of miserable about it until there came a day where I think people started to ask me about artificial intelligence on the channel on Python Simplified. And I was like, okay, well, I need to cover it somehow. So I took a piece of paper and I took a pen. I created I followed the neural network through all the algorithms without a computer. I've done it manually, and I kind of taught myself how it works. And much of this process you can see in my artificial intelligence simplified playlist, specifically in a video where I show you how to train a neural network with train basic neural network with pandas and with NumPy, which is not how you train a neural network, but I'm loading all the mathematical algorithms and I'm showing you how it works on very simple input. It's not going to be like a long list of crazy inputs. It's just a list of 4 numbers. Okay, so it's easy to see how they change over time. And that's how I understood the whole process of deep learning, until I took this piece of paper and I manually traced the input, from the time you input it up until the way you output it. I couldn't understand what Udemy was explaining, Udacity, or whatever it was. And yeah, so it's not an easy thing. Even if the funny part is, if you learn it on the university level, you do learn a lot of theory, but by the time you are done with your degree, I don't think you're particularly useful in an AI company, in an enterprise, in an actual business, right? I don't think you're useful. They didn't say anything about GPU processing, not only in the context of CUDA, but also in the context of OpenGL or anything. They didn't talk about half of the most important algorithms that we use. They didn't talk about when they're showing you things, they're showing you half the process, and they create this very cozy environment for you to work in. It's like this environment that they generated for you, where they installed everything in advance. But for you to recreate it on your end, there's so many things you need to do, and they don't keep it in mind, right? So, you only know half of the story. So, yeah. Okay, how did I get there? I don't know. Just upset at my university. Hi, energetic lady. Am I? Holy smokes, I am. Wow, good. Good. This is my second coffee, and I'm like, what is it? 4 sips in. Love your videos. Please make more videos on pandas functions with example time series analysis. Oh, you're gonna love my upcoming TypePy tutorial. Time series and pandas functions. Actually, CUDA have pandas functions, but you'll see. You will see. You will see. What's your favorite IDE in Python? I like PyCharm. I don't know. I don't care. I don't have a preference. I'm not a big fan of VS Code. Don't like it. Don't like it in particular. I like the more simple text editors. I switch around. I don't have a go-to kind of tool that I'm using. I would say Jupyter Notebook. It's something. Oh, I need some more sips of coffee. Holy smokes. Actually, it's so hot here. I'm gonna make myself a glass of sparkling water, because when you get older, sparkling water tastes better than soda. Okay, so I have some ice here. This is my fancy Linus Tech bottle. Very, very fancy. Ah! No! It's so good that the ice is stuck. It wouldn't even move. It keeps the temperature really well. Like, we're taking it with us when we're going paddle boating. Okay, no ice for me. Forget about it. Forget about it, Maria. It just, none of it is slightly even melted, okay? Okay, another attempt. I really want some ice. Aha! Cheers. I scared my cat. Sorry, Neo. Sorry, dear. What can I do? A girl wants some ice. A girl wants ice. Here's my sparkling water. Sorry. There you go. There you go. Cheers. Salute. Awesome. What were we talking about? Yeah, IDE. I don't have a favorite. I don't care. I'll do whatever. Jupyter Notebook is consistently, I've been using it very consistently from the get-go. So Jupyter Notebook probably. Okay, data science stuff. Whew, a lot of comments. Okay. Do you play WOT? What's WOT? What? World of Tanks? Nope, never even heard of it. I play, when it comes to VR, I play Pavlov. Pretty good at Pavlov. It's a shooter. I have, actually, I'll show it to you guys. Oh. I bought this fancy stick. It's kind of, you hold it like that. And then with a VR, it's almost like an actual weapon. There you go. My spouse, hold on, you probably can't hear me. My spouse has a full-blown simulator for his VR. He has like a car type of thing. I don't like playing it. Call of Duty, I used to play it a lot. I think, well, I'm not particularly updated. I think the last game I finished was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Okay, so it's been a very long time. Very, very long time since I dived into Call of Duty. I played a bit of Cyberpunk. I don't know. It's okay. It wasn't my favorite. It was fine. My brother loves it. I play a lot of Division 2. Can't wait for Division 3. That would be amazing. Tom Clancy's Division Warlords of New York. Holy smokes, what a crazy extension. Love it. Absolutely. I love shooters. And if I'm not playing shooters, then I am playing something like Shadow of Mordor or like, Lord of the Rings type of stuff. I love it. I love the swords. I love swinging swords and like using the bow. Love it. Love it. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, hold in place. What are you doing? It doesn't want to stick. It doesn't want to stick. Okay. I don't know why I touched it. I shouldn't have touched it. Ha. Okay, perfect. Good. Where was I? Where was I? From kitty. Kitty, I want to see the kitty. You sure? Nick Lutz? You sure? Because I'll bring him. But he's kind of heavy, and my nice dress will turn white. Hold on. I'll bring him over. Let's go. Opa. So my kitty is in the size of a dinosaur. I don't know if you had a chance to observe him before. Say hi. Say hi. You smelling it? There's no food there. There's no food. But yeah, this is Neo. Neo like Neo from the Matrix, like the one. Keanu Reeves. This is him in his full glory. It's a very big cat. Check him out. He's very tall. It is very upset that I'm holding him like that. Hold on. Okay, you want to sit on my lap? Just sit on my lap. Come on. You're not gonna see him, but he's here. He's with you in his thoughts. Thinks everyone's an asshole, but okay, go. Hope it was worth it. I hope this 5 seconds was worth it. Because now, it's hair everywhere. Okay. Whew. Wow. It's a lot of hair, Neo. Carzilla. Catzilla. Thank you for showing Cattyzilla. Giant kitty, right? He's huge. I have a feeling he has a bit of Maine Coon in him. Not sure. We adopted him, so we don't really know where he came from, but yeah. LinkedIn ID. Well, you can find me under Maria Shah 888, I believe. I'm not there very often. Oh, I posted there. Sorry, earlier today. More water. Folks, I'm running out of voice. Okay, I'm gonna leave soon. I'll go over a few more comments. I'll try to remove all this hair because it is hot here and my computer is barely functional today. Doesn't want to behave. I was supposed to test way more things right now. We were supposed to be doing some really cool stuff. I would have some overlays popping saying comment and like, and like I was supposed to make it much more interactive, but too busy troubleshooting today. Well, next time hopefully we'll do it a bit more professionally. Yeah. Kittyzaurus. Okay, let's go to the bottom. In the Matrix, the cat is black. The rabbit is white. Darcy, you here? Hello, Darcy. Okay, so in your presence, I'm gonna encourage everyone to follow Darcy. You can see her in the comments. You can find her YouTube account. She only has 4,999 followers. Right, Darcy? Wink, 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 wink. Yeah, she has more, but we caught her. After you finish the bachelor's degree, we'll go to master's degree in machine learning. I was thinking about it, but now that I'm inside the academic system, I realize how terrible it is and how I have no intention to continue to a master's degree, even if they pay me. If they, oh, you know what? If they pay me about $1 million, okay, I might agree. Exactly. I just need one more to get to 5,000 for the past 5 weeks. No, honestly, like Darcy is amazing. She's a great creator. We are chatting a lot on Twitter. Hopefully she'll come one day for a live stream. I invited her already. She ghosted me. I'm joking. But yeah, you're welcome here if you want to join me. Just let me know. Casually, let me know. I intend to develop an AI model capable of extracting patent information from PDF in various languages. Some of these PDFs may be scanned, making OCR challenging. Any ideas? Yeah, it's what was the name of this thing? You could do it like through, man. Like, hold on. Let me see. Adobe PDF. I'll look it up. I know you could do it right now. I'm not sure if it's a tool that you can use on your, if you can use it freely in your own software, but we are capable of doing this. I have PDFs. I remember I was seeing that. I think it was through Adobe's Acrobat program. They were able to detect actual text inside the scanned copy. It depends on the quality of the scanned copy probably, but I remember I've seen it. I need to double check it, okay? I need to double check that I'm telling you right information. Maybe somebody was messing with me. I remember seeing it. Hold on. OCR challenging. So if not, you can use like regular image detection algorithms. You can detect text. It will be much more difficult. But it's doable. It's doable because if you take a look at a picture, you can detect some objects in it. And if the object is if the object is a letter or a number, the challenge with it is organizing them properly on the screen, right? Is organizing them in a sequential order, like what comes first. That's the biggest challenge with that. But we can do so with regular image detection algorithms. Yeah. Take some questions, please. Yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna stay until my voice disappears, as usually. Grifters gotta grift. As a beginner who codes in my spare time, which terminal is best to use? Visual Studio or PyCharm were built in my Python terminal. Whatever works for you. It's all good. There's no such thing as best. It's what's more comfortable to you. What's more professional? Vim. Using Vim through the terminal. I personally prefer, something based on Linux. I don't like the Windows type of stuff. I don't like I feel like I'm a bit limited when it comes to Windows command line. So I usually go for like WSL2. That's my go-to, but you can set WSL in Visual Studio and PyCharm. Up to you. I prefer Linux, as most developers in the world. Nothing special. Have you ever encountered a cold start problem, like not having enough data for the data set? Even if you don't have enough data, there's usually techniques that you can still use it. You can do this with validation, the k-fold validation. You can basically extract some features from the data. So let's say you have a piece of text, with 500 characters, and there's not a lot of information there. But if you label each word, the type of lingual designation it has. So for example, you have a verb, you have a noun, you have a descriptor, you have, if you extract these features and you give them special labels, you can turn this information into something a bit more meaningful. There's different techniques. It depends on what you do and what kind of data you're dealing with. So this is a very general question, but you don't have to just because you don't have enough data doesn't mean that you cannot create a neural network to, kind of interpret this data. You can get more data. You can always scrape it. Or you can just extract some features. And I think I explained it briefly in one of the tutorials in the CUDA. Okay, I'll pull it out. Oh. I think it was in the CUDA pandas tutorial. That's right. Much faster pandas with CUDA. That's the one. I talked about feature extraction here. Feature extraction and reduction. Okay? So for example, so the context we've done it there is that we had a data set of tweets, of X's, X post. And this data set of tweets, it had the tags on. So every time you would tag a username, the username of the person would exist in the database. So one way to extract some features is to, instead of keeping all those different usernames, which are different vocabulary words, you just kind of manually turn all of them into a hashtag user. Okay, and that's just a single word. So every time somebody tags somebody, it's hashtag user rather than hashtag Maria or hashtag Darcy or hashtag, Bob or whatever it is. All of them are hashtag user. And then you have a single vocabulary word for that. So it makes things a bit easier. So it depends on what you're doing, eh? It's, and there's not a lot of wrong things you can do, okay? If you have an idea that somebody else didn't implement, it doesn't mean that, it's not a good idea. Just implement it on your own and maybe you discover something new. It's a growing field, this AI kind of thing. Can you make a video on how to update progress bar in Tkinter from a second script? It's been so long since I looked at Tkinter. Yeah, maybe if I see a lot of more requests, I probably will. But I'm not making videos for specific progress bars. Usually it's a full project, and the progress bar is just part of it. Something along these lines. Yeah. Yeah. What else do you do besides Python? Well, a lot of things. I'm a human being with hobbies and interests and all kinds of stuff. Oh, Timo, thank you so much for joining us. We have a new member. Yay! Thank you so much. Come on board. I'm going to set up a nice members only stream next week. This week, we're not going to have it because my computer barely functions. Yeah, she bakes. I do. I don't just bake. I cook. I do paddle boating, like a lot of stuff. You know, I live here in the countryside. It's the most beautiful place in the world. Yeah, doing all kinds of stuff. You know, it's amazing. All kinds of outdoor activities. I'm gaming a bit whenever I have a chance. Yeah, you know, doing a bunch of stuff. Doing a lot of stuff that I can't even say on YouTube. I wish I could. You know, stuff that are related to the controller I showed you earlier. To the VR controller that I'm playing Pavlov with, okay? Things that YouTube doesn't like. Are you planning to become a plumber as ChatGPT is getting more serious? Do you think OpenAI has a good intention after all? Crushing on you, are you taken? Yes, I am taken, of course, yeah. I'm actually, when you're mentioning plumber, my spouse's name is Mario. He's not a plumber. He used to be a plumber. He used to work in a plumbing company, but he's an HVAC technician, right? So he's the side of the family who's the technical guy, right? Oh, thank you so much for joining us. Pavel, Alexandru Pavel. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, new members. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. What was I answering about? Yeah, so when it comes to becoming a plumber, it's definitely a good set of skills, but you don't need to kind of throw everything you worked on so far just because it's going to be a bit more challenging. Like, I think that in the near future, there still will be some tech jobs available. I know it's pretty hard nowadays, but I don't think it has to do with AI as much as it has to do with the state of economy. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but things are not too good. You know, I know the television tells you, oh, it's amazing, we've never had such a good economy, people are paying so much less in the stores, gas is so cheap, holy smokes, everybody has a job, it's awesome. It's not the case. So it's interesting what will happen. I think that as soon as the economy kind of is back on, people can afford things, you know, the hiring in tech will return. I have a feeling. But it's hard to tell why you see so many people losing their jobs right now. There's a lot of variables in that. And yeah, I don't think that ChatGPT is in any competition with any of us. And if you're a junior, if the only thing you learned about computers is what you learned in your degree, then yeah, you might have a problem. They don't teach you well. You know, theory is nice, but you kind of useless in the real world. I don't know if juniors will have good opportunities in the future. I know that some companies will hire you, you know, regardless of if it's worth for you or not. Some employers, they really value helping their community, you know, hiring people who are physical human beings, you know, they help develop, you know. Some people believe that the future is human. Like, I can give you my spouse as an example. He will never go to a self-checkout in a store. Doesn't matter how much lineup there is for a cashier. He will always wait for a cashier. Why? Because he wants to support people having jobs. It's important to him, and many employers will be in this boat. I think that a lot of people will do it out of ideology, and yeah, it might lose them a bit of money, but in the end of the day, they will be able to go to sleep at night and feel good about themselves, right? Some employers will not. So it depends who. Can tell you that I have a lot of hope here, because talking about it now is kind of silly, because I brought it up about a year ago. And many people told me, no, Maria, you're crazy. This will never happen. And now it kind of happens in front of our eyes. And I said to people, you know, even though it doesn't happen right now, let's talk about it now. So then, you know, in the near future, we'll have a solution. Before it becomes a problem, let's figure it out. But people only now starting to talk about it, which is kind of too late. It's a conversation we should have had in like 2012, if you're asking me, when like AlteredNet came out or whatever. So kind of late on that. So yeah, it's interesting. The future is bright, but we need to make sure it remains bright. Can you explain using Git in a video? Yeah, I actually wanted to. I had a video where I said, like, if you guys want to hear more about Git, if you want to learn about it, please leave me a comment below, and nobody commented. So I assumed you guys already aware of it, and you already know how to use it. Yeah, I could. I need to see people requesting it. I'd love to. I think it's important. It's an important skill to know, especially if you're working in a team. I agree with you that they don't teach well in college. What do you suggest then in this case? Some of the best developers in the world learn everything on their own. Like, they didn't even bother going to university. They just kind of, when they were very young, they got an internet connection and off they went on an investigation journey. Yeah, I think it's the best approach. I don't want to suggest you to do some shady things, but I also know people who do not have a degree and they wrote in their resume that they have a degree and they got the job because nobody bothered checking if they have a degree or not. So yeah, so when I got into my university, I had some background from before. I'm programming since I'm 12 pretty much, and I had the specific AI, machine learning background as well. So everything I learned in the university was kind of more of a refresher. I can count on one hand the number of courses that were actually useful, and there are courses that are useful. I believe that they may only be in the University of London. I'll talk about them when I'm done with the degree. But majority of things that we talk about on a daily basis in a professional environment of AI, majority of these things they didn't even go through. Or if they went through them, it's on a very basic theoretical level. It's not on a deep understanding kind of a path. And even if you do understand it, to implement it, it's something else. There you go. So many horror stories in self-checkouts, right? I've seen people struggle with that. It's like, well, you need to call somebody to help you. It's like, well, but what's the point? It's not automated then. Somebody needs to help me. Why don't I just go to a cashier? What's the problem, right? Let's see. Data mining. Real-time data is challenging to set up because you need to figure out how to set a webhook. Like you need to be able to set the server that connects it, collects it, and kind of sends it to you. Some sort of a. It's complex. If I'll ever do it, that's not going to be anytime soon. And the data, you don't have to pay for that data. Like there's a lot of data out there that is just free. You don't need to scrape it. You can just go to Kaggle and you can download data sets that are updated on a daily basis. Like the data set I'll be covering in my TypePy application, it's an S&P 500 data set that is being updated every day. The stock prices are just being added there, and you can find some really nice data sources for free. You don't have to go for something more expensive. Much of the bigger type of data will be in Parquet files rather than CSV. In data science, we have a few data science projects on the menu. One of them will be sooner than others, but I'll look into it. We had a real-time data. We didn't set up the WebSocket. Sorry, WebSocket is what I was looking for, not webhook. We didn't really set up the WebSocket on our own, which is the complex part, but we did use real-time data in one of the tutorials. It was a crypto database. Hold on, I'll pull it out. Hold on. Sorry. My apologies. Okay, I need YouTube Studio. I don't need YouTube. No. I need Studio. And I need, what was I telling you? Oh, crypto. Sorry. Brain farts. Crypto. Crypto data. So is it Bitcoin? Yeah. Get dynamic Bitcoin data in real time. So that was the video we used. I don't know if Deep Haven is still with us because they never replied. They never contacted me again. I hope they're still with us. Yeah, they do have Deep Haven Data Labs. There you go. They're still with us. Good. Good. Happy for them. Awesome. So yeah, we use their kind of product to collect real-time data from a cryptocurrency exchange, and we plotted it on the screen in a way that makes sense. So it was really, really fun kind of tutorial. It was pretty old, but yeah, you might like it. Check it out. Can you do a tutorial on Firebase? Maybe, if they contact me. They're like, hey, Maria, we are Firebase. We would like you to do a tutorial. So there are two ways in which tutorials can come to the channel. Way number one is if you guys are asking me for these tutorials. If you're telling me, Maria, I need a Firebase tutorial. But it's not just you, Mr. Hint, but it's also Suan and Alexandru and Jack. If all of you guys and John and John Connor is here. Man, big fan, John Connor. Big fan. You know, it's Terminator, amazing. But it is John Connor. Yeah, it is. It is. I think so. But yeah, if you guys request it, and I see many requests to do the same thing, I do it on my own. Or if whichever framework or library it is, if they reach out to me, only then I do it. There's two different cases, because if you don't care about it, I'm not gonna cover it. But yeah, there you go. He'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back. I need my glasses. I don't have them here. Yeah. Alexandru, for a text summarization application is a specific number of records needed, so the data set to not be smaller and to affect the performance. I don't think it's a matter. I think there's a rule of how much data. So basically, when you have a piece of data, you start from the data with whatever data you have, and you develop you basically develop everything else around it. So maybe I didn't understand your question very well. Text summarization application, a specific number of records needed, so a data set to not be too small and to affect the performance. There might be models who will tell you that this is the number of records we expect. Generally speaking, when it comes to data, the more the better. But if this data is inaccurate, then the less the better. Okay, so if you have more accurate, meaningful data, it's better. But if a big portion of your data is inaccurate and it's going to misguide your model, you rather use a small subset that is accurate. Okay, so that's the part that is a bit difficult to explain and understand when it comes to data science and AI, because there are so many variations. There's so many variables to consider. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. So basically, how do you improve your neural network? You need to plot, you need to get it to train, and as it trains, you need to plot, how accurate it is. You need to plot you need to plot the loss, you need to plot the accuracy, and you need to compare them to one another. And it's all based on, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Something works for you, something doesn't. And your data, the data itself is gonna, I'm losing my trail of thought. The data itself will determine how the neural network will be in the very end. Okay, so you can use the exact same neural network on two different bits of data, and one of them will have a 90% accuracy and the other one will have a 70% accuracy. But the network is the same. It's just that the data that is based on is different, and that's what makes the biggest difference. Hope I explained it properly. Sorry if I didn't. My apologies in advance. Could you increase the volume of your microphone again? Holy smokes! What happened? What happened today? Okay, let's see. Yo, let's have a look. Audio. Better? 172. Oh. Oh. Let me know if it's better. Hope it does. Well, I'm about to leave anyways. We're almost 3 hours in. Holy smokes, you guys. Okay, how do I always get to 3 hours? I always say, okay, at 12 o'clock I'm out, and it's only 12:34. How I can't stop thinking in code. Now I can't stop thinking in code. Yeah, that's right. That's a professional hazard. What's up? Yo, what's up, everyday peace? Hey, hey. I really like your content. It's the first time for me to see you live. Hi, thank you so much, Fen. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to do this every week. Every Friday, we're going to have a nice live stream. Why? Because I already paid for a for a StreamYard subscription. So we're going to have to use it, okay? It just doesn't make sense not to use it. Can you tell more about writing wiring between network? Like, we make wireframe for application. How do you observe your network from top to micro level? Well, you observe, so your wireframe is basically the architecture of the neural network. So before you train it, you make it, right? You have all kinds of layers. So if I'm pulling out, hold on, let's say PyTorch, quick start. I'll show you an example. Your wireframe is basically the architecture. So if we look at PyTorch quick start, pulling it out, hold on, I'll move it a bit aside so you can see it. Okay, so this is your imports. That's how you transform your data. Hold on, let's get to the neural network stuff. Okay, so first you work on your data. You prepare your data, and then based on the size of your data, you determine the size of the input of your neural network. And then after you have a size of input, you determine the type of layers that this neural network will have. There you go. So this is how you define a basic neural network, okay? You have your fully connected layers, and you have your output layers, and they're all here organized. So basically you have here, I can't see it very well. You have here a layer that receives input, okay? And then this input is going through a stack of different kinds of layers, okay? In a sequence. So at first you have, at first you have a layer that starts with the size of your input, which is 28 pixels by 28 pixels, and then the output, the size of output would be 512. This is what we call hidden units. So you need to check the introduction to AI to understand what I'm talking about. Check out my playlist. Then it goes through a ReLU layer, which holy smokes, I didn't know I'm gonna get into it. You have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different layers, okay, in a sequence. Then, and you have, of course, your forward function and your output, okay? And then when you print this model, there's your data frame. There you go, okay? You have layer 0, which is the input layer, okay? And you have the last layer, which is the output layer. That's your wireframe. Okay, hope it makes sense. Thank you. You really explained it well. Yay, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I didn't mess up. Thanks so much for joining the member section. Awesome. Why not OBS? What do you mean, why not OBS? How do you think we're talking here? OBSception. Will you please create automation tutorials? I have so many of them. Just type web scraping and automation. I have an entire playlist. I can pull it out for you. An entire playlist. Actually, that's how the channel got the first subscribers. I had a how to web scrape Instagram type of a video using Selenium. Hold on, where is it? GUI apps. Oh, I have more playlists than the first page displays. Ha, there you go. No, where is it? Object-oriented programming, computer science concepts, Python project, web development, GUI apps. I don't have a web scraping playlist? What? That's so weird, you guys. I thought I did. Sorry, I'll make one. I'll make one. It's a very important playlist. Like I have many, many videos on the topic, so I might as well do it. Okay. I'll make a playlist. I'll share it with you guys soon. I have a lot of videos on the topic. Okay, down to the very bottom of the comments. Can we know where the channel is heading? Any to-dos till the end of 2024? Holy smokes, I'm fully booked actually. A lot of stuff coming on, but I'll have a better... Yeah, just in a month from now, I'm done with my degree, and then it's like full-time Python simplified. And until now, it was kind of half the time, but yeah. It will be more substantial. But yeah, there's a lot of tutorials coming in, like a lot. I talked about it throughout the stream. You'd have to look it up in those 3 hours. Okay, so have you thought about making your own bot? I mean, do you know how many bots I have, man? I mean, there are many people who copy with AI and create voice like a real human personality and also a character. Yeah, that's not the type of bots I have. I'm not really into these type of stuff, but maybe we'll do it on the channel as a fun project. I know that I want to create some deepfakes for sure. I want to create a nice algorithm for deepfakes. We'll see. Yeah, I don't have a bot army. I have a single bot for every platform. I'm being very, I don't want to be in the same box as like growth hackers or whatever. If I have a bot, it's just because I used it to kind of help you guys, or because somebody is saying they are me. Like I had an imposter on Instagram, and they were like posting my pictures. They were pretending like they are me, and they were sending friend requests to, you know, followers or like viewers and whatever, and they were trying to trick them into believing that it's me that they're talking with, but it wasn't me, you know. And I complained to Instagram, but they did nothing, you know. And not only I complained to Instagram, but many people were complaining to Instagram, and I thought this imposter disappeared. But they just blocked me, right? Because I kept getting emails from you guys saying, hey, this guy is still there, or gal, or whoever it was. And Instagram wouldn't do anything about it, no matter how many times you report it, no matter how many times you tell them, hey, they pretending to be me. This is my picture. This is not me, obviously. It's some kind of a phishing scam. Instagram wouldn't do anything. So I ended up spamming the guy or the gal. I ended up spamming the crap out of them, you know? Like, it was nasty. Like, I made a script that just kind of runs in a while loop, sending them, you know, messages, which was fun. It was fun, yeah. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but I shared it with you. Told you, if you guys want, you can just use this script and you can like spam them as well, you know. So that was the highlight of my bot, I would say. When is the next live stream? Next Friday, you said. Yeah, so we're gonna do streams every Friday. Not sure about the hour yet. I need to look it up and to see which hour works best. But yeah, every Friday we'll have a live stream, and I'm trying to arrange a members only stream right after. I'm not sure how to do it in an effective way, because very often when I do these members only live streams, I'm there alone, kind of sitting there for 5 minutes. And I'm like, is anybody here? Is anybody here? You know? I feel so poor. Until somebody joins or nobody joins, and then I just don't have a members only live stream. But the whole point of these streams is me sending you guys links to join on board, and then you guys can talk to me directly. You can hook up your camera, you can hook up your phone. I just need to set it up in a proper way that you guys get a notification in advance or something. I don't even know. Hello, Antonis. Hello. Instagram, they didn't like someone else scraping data besides their own. I have a comment for you on top. Could you please read it? On top. Mr. Hints, I'm actually a blind programmer who has an app on the Microsoft Store that helps blind and visually impaired people. Wow! Mr. Hints, were you commenting on one of my videos before? If you did, like, I think, because I do remember a comment, and that's actually why I'm being very verbal with everything I said, because in one of the comments was saying that the reason that somebody likes my videos is because I say everything I type. You know, I pronounce it just as much as I type it, because, you know, some folks are using screen readers. You know, some folks are you know, visually impaired. They cannot, you know, see what I'm typing. So when they hear when I'm saying what I'm typing, this is why that individual really enjoyed the channel. So I can't remember if it was you, Mr. Hints. If it's you, huge shout out. That means you're on the channel for a very long time, you know. And I think that you're doing something that is very, very hard to accomplish. Like, I'm assuming that you really, really enjoy programming and coding, because it's definitely one of the toughest things you can do without, you know, having this ability to see what you're typing. It's much more challenging than how we behave. So, like, I salute you. Like, it's really, really cool that you get to progress on your journey, like, regardless of how hard it is. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. Thanks so much for joining this stream, you guys. That's incredible. Let's see what else we have. And actually, Mr. Hints, that explains why you didn't just, like, copy and paste the comment. You know, I was like, oh, how can we just copy and paste it? Now I see. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, I also saw, what else I have here? Let's see. Okay. I also saw that comment on your Python if name equals. That's right, Fen. That's right. So Mr. Hints, that wasn't him. Okay, let's see. No, that wasn't me, but I can tell you that your videos are very descriptive and helpful. Could I tell you the name of the app? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Go ahead. You know, I know that we have other viewers who are also, like, visually impaired. That would be great if we can just kind of recommend, you know, whatever you're using, especially if you're enjoying it. That's really cool. Let's see. Yeah, definitely let me know. Print hello, Hamda, hello, Hamda Hamoudi, hello. Can we name this Friday Payday Confessions? I don't know, my payday is not on Friday. Self-employed. My payday is 60 days from now. I'm joking. That's not how it usually works. Let's see. Anybody got an app for the mentally impaired? Yeah, we just talked about Instagram, no? I'm joking. Instagram is fine. Don't sue me, Zuckerberg. Don't sue me. Wow. That's funny. What else? Mr. Hints is saying it's called Scribe Me. Awesome. I'll try to remember it. I'll try to go ahead. If anybody ever asks me, then I know. Scribe Me. It's like subscribe, but it's scribe. It's scribe, subscribe without the sub. There you go. Let's see. Well, I don't really have a problem with Instagram. Like, I think that it used to be a really, really cool app back in the day, but all the talented ladies that I used to follow there, you know, they were makeup artists and hairstylists and like clothing fashionistas and whatever. And then suddenly, with no, I don't know how it happened. Suddenly they're all lingerie models. They're all posing half naked in their Instagram. And I'm kind of confused. Weren't you a hairstylist? Why am I seeing your bra? Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Maybe I'm kind of, I don't know, old fashioned or whatever. Big Fast, Instagram or Reddit. Actually, Reddit is sometimes pretty useful. Some of it is absolutely crazy, but some of it is useful. What, Neo? Aw, you want some food? Nuchu. What's going on? Hold on, I need to give him some love. Nuchu, it's Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up right now. If my cat is already bugging me, so I gotta go. So we're gonna have 10 more minutes and I'm out. Okay, we're gonna finish it at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. and I'll go make some bread. Okay, Mr. Hints, it comes from the word describe. Okay, so scribe, like describe. Scribe me. I'll try to remember it. Thank you so much for the live. I acquired such a good knowledge. Really? That's awesome. I'm so happy. I didn't even prepare. Yeah, it's the giant cat. Yeah, I think he has a favorite tap in the house. So he has 2 fountains from which he can drink, and yet he prefers a specific tap that is on the 2nd floor of the house, okay? And most of the time I'm downstairs and he just brings you up all the time and you gotta open this tap for him, which is fine usually, but not when it's like late in the evening, you're kind of laying on the couch and he's bugging you. It's like, I would like the tap. Can you, well, he doesn't say it that way. He said meow, but that's said enough. It used to be Photoshop for dummies. Like Instagram? Yeah. With filters and stuff, yeah. But now if you don't Photoshop your photos before you upload it to Instagram, I don't know if you can even get, if you can even get famous there through it. Python simplified, say pss, pss to your cat. Yeah, he doesn't react to that. He's an intellectual cat. He's sophisticated. Huh. Drinking tea with a pinky up. Yeah. This is the first live I've ever watched. Hi, Miguel. Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, absolutely. I'm so happy you like my videos. Thanks for joining. We're going to do it next week as well. Cringe alert. Why did the cat sit on the computer? To keep an eye on the mouse. It's a dad joke alert. Dad joke. Yeah. That's what it is. I understand. I also have a cat, and I bought my cat $100 bed, but he likes to sleep in an Amazon box. That's right. That's right. I +1. Yeah, I vouch for that. Doesn't matter what you buy him. He enjoys the little things. You buy them like fancy toys, hundreds of dollars worth of toys, and then they don't play with any of them. They would play with flies. They are going into the house. That's what's important for them. But yeah, shredding your cat or not. Yeah. No, he's a Maria kind of cat. Actually, he has my last name on an official level, which is crazy. And my last name is very long, so he's stuck with me. In his documents, like he has his actual documents, and it's like, my last name is not Shah. It begins with Shah, but it's much longer than that. I'm abbreviating it so you guys don't have to suffer every time you're talking to me. If there's no way you could pronounce my last name. There's just I took one lesson of vocals when I was a kid. Like I just learned from example. I learned from my favorite artists, but I took a single vocal lesson when I was a kid, and the teacher, when she heard of my last name, she then decided to use it in her practices with other students. So it's like, shoo, shoo, shoo. It's like, what? You're using my last name? Well, if you can pronounce that, you can pronounce everything. So I was like, I didn't like it. I was like, I felt bad about it. It was like, what? You're laughing at me. That's not nice. You know that I need to spell it to people. You know how difficult it is, especially when you're a kid. Okay. Well, indeed, fancy cat. They have papers. Yeah, in Canada, it's a Canadian thing, I guess. We have so many regulations, you guys. Holy smokes. Fan, can we know? No, but if you know me in personal life, you probably will. It's going to come up in a conversation, right? I'm generally not sharing it too much. It's a Georgian last name. Georgia, Europe, not Georgia, United States. Georgia, I don't know if you can see. That kind of Georgia. Right? I think it says something, I walk with God or something. I don't know. It's like a Christian kind of it's a very Christian silver thingy from Georgia. My parents dropped it off when they were here. Dropped it off. My parents gifted it to me when they were here last time. And they visited Georgia very often. Like, I've never been there. When they started kind of visiting Georgia. I was already here in Canada, so I never had a chance to join them, but I'd love to visit one day. It's like, for me, the closest thing to Georgia that I ever had is like Georgian wine. Kinsmarauli, you know, I love it. Name became a tongue twister. Yeah, exactly. She would practice on it. Yeah, thanks a lot for this live. Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for joining me. Yeah, I'm about to wrap it up. Was there anything else I wanted to say? Okay, for all the folks who have joined recently and they didn't have a chance to hear about my form, which I keep closing for some reason, I'm going to share the form link once again, and I will ask you formally to please help me out with my project in school. Hold on. I'm going to send you a link to this Google form. Where is it? Here it is. No, it's more than just the link. There you go, here's the link. I'm gonna send it to you once again, and pretty please, if you can fill it up. It's 10 questions. It looks long, but it's not long. It's basically a question of, oh, is this photo real or is this photo not real? Is this fake or is it not fake? And you can just do it very, very quickly, but it will help me a lot. It's something that I want to include in my final project, and I think I'm going to get some points for it, hopefully, if my university misses the part where I started criticizing them in this stream. Hopefully whoever watches it is not going to watch the whole script. The whole live. Let's see. Okay, lung capacity decreased by 40% when I tried Googling Georgian last names. Yeah. So the rule of thumb is that it ends with shvili, okay? Because shvili is son, okay? The son of somebody. So something shvili, you know my last name is for sure, okay? It's very long, you guys. It's very, very long. Indeed enjoyed the live. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. I don't think we've ever had so many, for sure. I know for sure we never had so many concurrent. Oh, I'm using fancy words. We didn't have so many viewers watching it at the same time. So I really appreciate it. Holy smokes. And if it's thanks to Darcy, definitely check out Darcy Scrumptious on YouTube. She was here sometimes. She kind of reminded she's here. Still here. She might be here. She might be not. She's probably busier than that. But yeah. Thank you, Darcy, for sharing it. Georgia with St. George Cross. Yeah, isn't it the Pravoslavic type of course? I'm not sure. The Orthodox, because it's the Orthodox kind of church. You know, fun fact, I'm Jewish, but I've been baptized as a kid. Yeah. I didn't even know I'm Jewish. Like, when we lived in Ukraine, nobody bothered telling it to me. I didn't know that there is something like, I didn't know that Judaism exists, you know? Because it was post-communist type of an area. People were not believing, you know? You can't have communism with religion, you know, it usually doesn't mix. My dad, he still believes, he's Christian. My mom is Jewish. From Judaism, whoever's mom is Jewish is a Jew, and whoever dad is a Christian through Christianity is a Christian. So I'm both. So yeah, fun fact, I have religion confusion, you know, it's been guiding my life, but I don't really know much about Jesus. I'm more of a Moses kind of gal. When I grew up, I wasn't really into religion. I'm still kind of not into religion, but I am into the book itself. I understand what I understand from it. I don't look at what the rabbis kind of interpret it to. Kind of read everything, and what it makes sense to me, it makes sense to me. I really appreciate it. And I know the Bible really, really well, like the Old Testament. I have 98 in school. Like, I studied it really well. I didn't study it because I cared about it. I studied it because I was looking to find ways to dispute it. You know, I was a heavy metal kind of a kid. But as you grow up, you know, things change. And kind of looking at the reality at the moment and kind of, you know, if it doesn't change your point of view, I don't know what will. So yeah, fun fact. Both Jewish, both Christian, but I'm definitely on the Jewish side of things. I'm familiar with the culture and the book a bit more. I think Jesus was cool, like, obviously. Obviously, he was a cool guy. But I don't know much about him other than, you know, what everybody else knows. Done the test. Awesome. Thank you so much, fan. Yay. Thank you. Yeah, you're helping me. That's cool. Yay. That's awesome. It's like, oh, she's talking about religion. I'll go do something else. She's just sitting here and explaining me stuff that I don't care about. I'm joking. Is that job test for us to replace AI, the Google form? Actually, I'm curious to see if you guys were able to detect it or not. Like if you guys got the right answer or not. That's gonna make like, if you guys were able to detect it in more than 50% of the times, it's gonna be challenging because the way I made this data set is very, very kind of meticulous. Very meticulous. I made sure that you'll see very little AI stuff with your eyes. Like it will be confusing to you. Awesome. Thank you so much. So Alexandru also done the test. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are awesome. This is incredible. The construction worker photo was really hard to tell. Awesome. Which one was the easiest one? I bet you the nice Asian gal, right? That was the easiest one. For me, that was like, okay, I don't even know if to put it there, right? Because it's kind of, you can tell, right? So answers reveal in YouTube. Let's see how many people filled up the form. See Google Forms. That's not what I wrote. Google Forms. Okay, let's see. Let's see how many people. Go to Forms. Okay. Okay. AlteredNet. Let's see. Okay. 36 responses. What? You know what? Okay. I will reveal. Okay. You convinced me. Let's do it. Let's do it. I will share it right now. So those who were sticking around to the end of the stream, you're going to have some extra value from it. Okay. Let me make myself a bit smaller so I can properly explain everything. Okay, and after this, we'll be done with the stream, I swear. It's like I'm saying goodbye for 3 hours. Badger called it a Midwestern goodbye. Badger was saying, like, it's always like it starts with, okay, I'm going, and 2 hours later, you're still doing it. Okay, so answers reveal for the form. Okay, let's scroll down. The first photo. Which of these photos you think is fake? Let me see in the comments. I want you to write it down. Which of these photos did you write that is fake? Photo 1 or photo 2? Let's see. Photo 2 is fake. Photo 2 is fake. 2 people, okay, and you are witnesses. Okay, Canada HQ is saying 2 is fake, 2 is fake. We have another 2 is fake and 2 is fake. Okay, majority of people saying that 2 is fake. Guess what's fake? Not 2. Photo 1 is fake. I actually removed his sunglasses, his glasses, not sunglasses. I removed them with Firefly. Wow, right? So this is gonna be harder than you think. Like I knew that it will be very, very tricky, you guys. So yeah, photo number 1 is the fake one. The original photo, he has glasses, and I just removed them right over here. Insane. You basically select the glasses, and you tell Adobe Firefly remove, and it removes it. Okay, incredible. So photo number 1 is fake. Okay, construction worker, the hardest one. Which one did you think is fake? Okay, let me know. I want to see. Photo 1, is photo 1 fake or is photo 2 fake? And I'm gonna write in the comments construction. So we have this separator, you know, okay, between. Okay, so you guys wrote photo 2 before. Okay, so you think that photo 2 is fake. Both. The Schrodinger's cat, right? Schrodinger's cat. Photo 2 is black. Photo 2, for Aleph Black 2, photo 2 is black. Okay, so again, majority of people saying that photo 2 is fake. Okay, photo 1 is fake. Once again, you guys, holy smokes. I can't believe it. Wow. Okay, so there's a big chance that my neural network is already accurate enough to compete with you guys. Holy smokes, I can't believe it. Wow. Okay. So if you look, you can verify these things. When I'm posting my data set, I'm gonna post all the original photos along with the type of modification that I've done there. It's gonna be a very, very big file, but I think for scientific integrity, right? It's important to share it. So if you go to free pick, okay, I can prove it to you. I can prove it to you. Because the data set is not on this computer, it's on my Legion, on my beautiful, beautiful Legion. But if you write construction person, let's see if it finds him. Okay, let's see. Free photos. You should be able to find this guy. Construction guy with beard. Is that the one? I can see it well. Yeah, it's the same guy, but it's a different photo. But yeah, he comes with a helmet. That's basically what I was trying to show. Okay, next. Which photo do you think is real? Okay, so this is a Slavic lady. Slavic lady. Let's do it. Which of these do you think is real? 2. Sorry, which photo is real, not fake? Which of them is real? Photo 2 is real. Photo 1 is real. 1. Photo 2 Slavic for sure. Okay, okay. Okay, so here I'm going to reveal it right now. Photo 2 is real. Okay, photo 1 is fake. That's right. This one you guys got really, really well. I thought you're going to have more problems with this one, honestly. This one. Okay, this one is super easy. Which of these photos is fake? You know? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Student. Student lady. Let's call her student. Fake has to be real, so 2. No, this time you guys are right. Yeah, it's so easy to detect. So photo 2 is fake. She's obviously not old. she's a very young gal, so she doesn't have all these like spots on her face and whatever. So the last photo of the 2 comparison, last photo of the easy part. Okay, guy making a face. Let's call it. Okay, which of these photos is real? Okay, is the duck face real? Or is the weird expression, whatever he's doing there, okay? AI wins. AI always wins. AI always wins. Okay. 1 is fake. 1 is fake. We are some of the models she's testing, right? Actually, you help me establish a baseline model. Okay. Duck face is real. Photo 2 is real. Okay, so the real photo here is the duck face. Okay, this guy has a duck face and I made him happier. And it made him look a bit like a Disney character. Okay, so here, this photo is fake because I added the hat. The original photo did not have a hat. Okay. This photo is real. I didn't do anything. And in a data set, I actually added her a different hair. Like basically here she has this towel or spa kind of towel. And I added some hair on her. This one is real, is also real. In my data set, I added some glasses on her and they make her look like Elon Musk. And you're going to ask me, how on earth can this gal look like Elon Musk? Just by adding some glasses. You need to see the photo it's based on. She really looks like Elon Musk. Ilona Musk, okay? This guy, this photo is fake because he comes with a mustache, okay? He had a very nice mustache and I kind of removed it here. Okay, and lastly, this photo is fake because her skin is way smoother than the skin she had before I edited it, okay? Hallelujah. Awesome. That's it. That's it. We're done. We revealed. I'm sure I'm going to look at the results later on, but it looks like it's not. It looks like you guys did not do a very good job, which is great. Sorry, I know I made it hard on purpose. Like I made it hard because that's basically what my neural network needs to be dealing with. And if it's hard for us to detect it, maybe a neural network will be able to do it better. Maybe it can recognize some patterns that we don't see necessarily. But yeah, so that's my final project. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. So Alexandru, so you edited with Photoshop skills, or did you tell him to make the changes from the prompt? Yeah, so two types of changes. One change came from the prompt. So for example, okay, so let's say, let's go to free pick. Okay, let's choose, let's say person. Let's choose a random photo. Okay, let's say, let's take this nice little gal that my head is hiding. Let's download it. Okay, and okay, let's open it with Photoshop. And I'll show you the process, what it involved. Because I wrote on the form the type of modifications that I was doing. I'll make myself smaller again. Hold on. Midwestern goodbye. I was supposed to be out by now. Like, look what happened. Oh, why is it so weird? Okay, something is weird here, but we'll ignore it. Because my computer is misbehaving like crazy today. So we'll just pretend like it's in normal colors. So modification number 1 is adding a hat. You basically select, something for context. Actually, probably select a bit more. Let's add some more space. So she'll have a bigger hat. Okay, and in the prompt, we'll say fancy hat. Okay, that's one type of modification. Sometimes if she would have had a hat, we would just select the hat and we would type remove. That's the type of prompt that works with Photoshop. Okay, so there you go. She has a fancy French hat. Okay, or she has a different fancy French hat, or she has a different fancy French hat. Okay, so this is modification number 1. This would be the fake photo that will enter the dataset, and this would be the real photo that will enter the dataset. That's basically what I was counting on. Having two types of, not just showing one of the photos as it's modified or not, but showing both photos, one besides the other. One of them is fake, one of them is real, and hopefully that will help detect fraud a bit better. Okay, another option. Another version, this is going to be a funny one, okay? It's just taking this, selecting this type of area, and saying mustache. Okay, obviously I didn't do it very often for gals. You don't see it very often in nature. I don't want my data set to be, I don't even want to say the word. Okay, progressive. Let's call it progressive. Okay, so that's a terrible mustache. That's a nicer mustache. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I would add mustache, or I would remove mustache. And another thing we would do is add or remove glasses. So we would take this. Sorry. We would take this. We would take that. Okay, something like that. Maybe we will keep her eyes, because it tends to change somebody's eyes. That's how this little gal from earlier looked like Elon Musk. Okay, and we can say glasses. That's why the new version of Photoshop is a bit better than older ones. Okay, I don't know the newer version because I don't want to sign their new agreement. There you go. That's oh, sorry, I didn't press it on the right spot. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. For some photos, different effects work. For some photos, other effects work. And that's the generative prompt stuff, okay? Now, another type of modification I've done is from the neural filters category. So one of them is skin smoothing. You can, of course, smoothen the skin. Her skin is smooth enough, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, smart portrait. You can edit the happiness. So you can make her very sad. Sorry, you can make her much happier than she already is. I don't know. She's going to look pretty weird. Okay, let's say plus 50 on happiness. Let's say it's still thinking about it. Is it? Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. So she used to be like this, and now she's like that. Well, I guess you cannot be too much happier than she already is. But let's say minus 50. What's happened if she's minus 50 happy. There you go. There you go. Still pretty believable, right? Right? Okay, or we can do something like age. We can, of course, combine these categories, but in my data set, I'm not combining categories. We can say that she's 50 years older. There you go. How you doing, Grandma? Right? It's pretty cool. So these are the type of modifications I was working with. So 3 modifications from the prompt menu and 3 modifications from the neural filters menu. Yeah. And, you know, as a graphic designer, what used to take me between 30 minutes and an hour now takes me 5 seconds. It's incomparable. This including Firefly in Photoshop is just, I don't know, it really impressed me. Really impressed me. Let's see what we have in the comments. I'm gonna see what you guys are writing, and then I'm gonna head out. That's it. So many people. I never had so many people on this stream. No, what? You're telling me I need to stay now? What are we gonna do? How do I leave if there's 641 of you here? It just doesn't make any sense. What you guys? How am I supposed to leave? Yikes. Okay, great idea, great job. Thank you so much, Alexandru. Very happy you liked it. I'm going to share it with you guys in the end. If you guys would like to contribute after, if you guys would like to continue like adding more samples to the data set, maybe we can do some kind of a community project. Can do something nice. Okay, what's your Photoshop version? Oh, good question. Photoshop. I'll need to open it again. Let's see. Hold on. What was I doing? Oh, the version. Sorry. Was it version history? What is it? No. It's not version history. How do I know the version of my Photoshop? It probably popped in the beginning. Oh, I know it from the cloud. Okay, let's do it, the Creative Cloud. Let's do it from here. Okay, and Photoshop. I don't know, it doesn't tell me. It just tells me that I can, cancel. No, don't leave. I almost closed the stream, holy smokes. But yeah. Where else are you streaming aside from YouTube? I'm streaming on Twitter, X, streaming on X. I'm usually streaming on LinkedIn too, but I'm only streaming on Twitter and YouTube right now. You only see 52 viewers? That's odd. Maybe if I go to studio, we'll see some different stuff. Let's see. Let's go in here. Interesting. Okay, maybe if I can view what you guys are viewing. Where do I see? I don't even see who's live here in this stream. How do you see how many people are on? Weird. I don't know what to tell you. I find it confusing. After the stream is over, I'll get the whole analytics and I'll see. But I don't think that 500 people are watching from Twitter. I hope. If they are, holy smokes. That's insane. Dude. Okay. Something to check out after. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Whether if it's 646 of you or if it's 52 of you, that's still a lot of people. I consider it a lot anyways, where I come from. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for all the new members who have joined us on this stream. Thank you for the non-members who joined us on this stream. I will see you again next week on Friday. And yeah, I gotta go attend to my cat. I doubt that there are 500 and 87 on Twitter. Are they? That's insane. That's just insane. Absolutely insane. Never had it before. Crazy. Anyhow, see you soon. See you soon. Have an amazing day. Enjoy this time as much as possible. These are crazy times, so make the best out of it. And yeah, bye bye, guys. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.